God. Hey, welcome to this episode of KraigFacts. I'm your illustrious host, sometimes roast with the host as well, the Craig Smith. We got a panel of killers. Panel of killers in here, starting with Mimi. What's going on, Mimi?
What's up, Craig Factors? What it do?
Hey, we in here, man. Daisy, how you doing?
Let me put your mic.
And DJ Show.
It's Show.
It's original DJ Show. You know, we was talking about something earlier, man, that kind of interests me. I never thought about this angle, but I'm starting to think that maybe I might be right, or maybe I can prove I'm right. Who knows if I'm right, but this makes sense to me. We were talking about in vitro fertilization is when a woman can give her egg to another woman, and then a man's sperm or a man can fertilize that egg. So a woman can have a baby for a woman. That's cool, right? But I was thinking earlier, I don't think women who date women and get in vitro fertilization should be allowed to have boys. They should only be allowed to have girls. You say, "Oh my gosh," but there's a lot of reasons why. First of all, the absence of a man in the creation of a baby seems to be like something that is by choice. Like if you decide in your life, I don't need a man for anything, intimacy, I don't need a man telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a feminist. I'm a woman that doesn't need a man for anything. Why would you then get with a woman and then have a boy child? I feel like your jaded sense or understanding of manhood would affect how you raise that baby. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for thinking that someone who hates men would have trouble raising a healthy man? And does being a lesbian mean you hate men? No, but there are some women who are doing it because of a hate for men. They were molested, victims of sexual assault. They were abused by a man in some way, whether physically, whatever, choosing not to mess with men and now having male babies. You don't think that could jade the way that a woman raises a baby?
For me, it depends, man. Because sometimes even not just that, like moms in general, sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they either put the male first or the girl first. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think you would be a different man if your parents were two lesbian women?
Probably so.
Why?
Because I wouldn't have a father figure. You know, my dad, you know what I'm saying, he always teach me shit. You know what I'm saying? That he could teach me. You know, if I had two moms, I feel like me personally, I'd be at a disadvantage.
What about yourself? Do you? A boy, just specifically a boy. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think that I would be at a disadvantage. I think if I was raised, let's just say, I had two moms or two dads, I think that it would be at a disadvantage because I feel like there's things about a woman can give, and there's things about a man can give, and some things you can't buy, and some things you can't read about. You just have to be it, you know? And
I don't mean step parent, like, hey, you had a baby by a man, or you had a baby by a woman, and now you say, I'm gay, now you date men. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about two people who of the same sex who plan to be together, then decide to have a baby. I feel like that's a disadvantage for them to have a baby of the opposite sex for that baby. They should, if you're in a same-sex marriage, you should have to have a baby of your same sex. Because if you can also go as far as choosing the sex of the baby now.
Right.
I don't know how much more that makes these procedures. If you could check on that, Sarah, that would be cool. How much does it cost for parents to choose the sex of their baby?
That's wild.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I wonder if that's like what mentally fuck a baby up though, or like, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, a child is supposed to be what it's born to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying what preference a person choosing sexual, but I'm just saying as when you that fetus, you know, you spoke like there's a destiny, you know, that is that's been going on for years, you know, whether you're a male or a woman, and it's kind of crazy playing God to change the sex of a human.
It's only gonna cost you $5,000 to choose the sex of your child. If you got the money to get in vitro, go ahead.
But it can only be conducted during the IVF cycle, which could cost $12,000. So altogether, it'd be like $17,000.
So $17,000 altogether. It has to happen in what part of the fertilization? The insemination part, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to have the extra 17. Because my question is then this: regardless if it's your child or not, human beings are born to have the freedom to make their own choices and deal with their own preferences. Do you understand what I'm saying? So with these same couples who are gay, if they could pick the sex of their kid, should they be allowed to pick the sexual preference of their kid?
I don't think nobody should. Like that's why I'm totally against the pinning the penis on the baby type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or just creating, or what
I'm saying, you're already doing God's work. You're already doing God's job for him if you choose to be a surrogate parent. You're saying I'm making a choice that's unnatural, which I'm not saying is wrong, but it's an unnatural choice. Then if you take it a step further and say I'm choosing the sex of this child, you're doing God's work again. You're saying fuck that. I'm taking the dice out of God's hand, and I'm saying we rolling what I want to roll. Right. So fuck it. If you're gonna go that far, you might as well choose the sexual preference.
There's a study that was done about the children of lesbian parents are less likely to identify as heterosexual as adults and much more likely to report same-sex attraction, according to a long-term study by the Williams Institute at the UCLA School of Law.
Yeah, because it's not cliche to them.
Right.
You're going to do what you see your parents do. My father was retired Navy weapons or naval weapons inspector. Then he retired from that, started driving trucks. I got a truck driving license. If Pops would have been an NFL player, I probably would have been an NFL player. Pops like light-skinned chicks. I tend to be fucking with I'm just doing, you know what I mean? If you really look at yourself, you do what your parents do in a lot of different ways.
All right, but you got to be careful with the light skin on light skin. Y'all niggas will be looking like brother and sister when y'all date.
That's hilarious. What about dark skinned people? Y'all don't look like brother and sister?
I mean, it varies, my nigga. It depends on the shade.
Oh,
that's hilarious. That's funny. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I mean, here's the thing. Here's what this says to me. It's two things. You know, when you give somebody something, if you give somebody something, a lot of times it opens you up for the person to ask more from you. You know what I'm saying? You give somebody a ride one day, then they're going to want to ride next week. Then the week after that, they're going to want to ride a couple days. Right. Then after that, they're going to want to use your car.
Right.
So I think what's happening with a lot of these people in this community, the gay community, when it comes to conception of children, at first I just want to have a baby. Let's try and find somebody to have a baby for us.
Right.
Then it went to, you know what, I don't want somebody to have a baby, just have a baby for us. I want it to be my baby, my egg. Because before they would have to either adopt a child or find somebody that was having a baby. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just elevate. Now it goes from my egg in her body, or, you know what I mean, or, you know, a surrogate situation, to choosing the sex. I think next is being able to choose the sexual preference. And that's because...
Oh, my God. Really? Wow.
Why would it stop? When do shit stop, Sarah?
I think you could change the color of the eyes or some shit, too.
You know what I'm saying? This shit is coming. And that's because, look, imagine the gay couples 30, 40 years ago that stuck with a spouse and they didn't have children. Then they get into old age and they realize, like, damn, all this shit we've accumulated, we ain't got nobody to leave it to.
Yeah.
Because if you really, really, truly are born gay, not in every instance, but if you really, truly are born gay and that's what you are, you're not going to really have children like that. I mean, some gay people do, but I'm just saying. So, you know, they have nobody to leave shit to because they spend their whole lives working. So this is their way of giving themselves a tip. A gay person having a child is like a waiter or waitress tipping themselves. It's like, I've been working at this restaurant for 50 years. I'm not just about to be serving pancakes as gloriously as I do, and I don't get nothing for it. I got to get something for coming to this restaurant called Earth every day, busting my ass, smiling like ain't shit wrong, saying nice things to everybody, and I can't get nothing extra out of it. Because a baby is extra to somebody who chooses an alternative lifestyle. That ain't what you were supposed to be blessed with. That's something you blessing yourself with.
Right.
Either because you want to feel normal or you feel like, hey, I just need to be a part of something bigger than ourselves.
Right.
Because two people that are just together married, that's not a family. A family includes children.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you bless yourself and you take on that responsibility of being the blesser, you can't expect to be appreciated for your choice because that's not how tips work. Do you know how disrespectful it is to give a rich person a tip? Somebody that has it? If you go to the Four Seasons, if you work at the Four Seasons and you carry somebody's bag to their room that's a millionaire, and then when you get to their door, you give them a tip, they gonna look at you like, no, nigga, you're the help.
Right.
Not me. You the motherfucker that need a handout. Not me. A tip is not necessarily a good thing. It's a status thing. People who have money and status don't give a fuck about a tip. So some of you gay people got to decide this, if I'm going to keep supporting it. Because it's going to be a point where I don't give a fuck about none of this shit except my people who I love. If I'm going to keep supporting you, you got to decide what you are. Are you the help? Or are you somebody that needs a tip? Because it's a difference. It's a different responsibility. Being a parent is a different responsibility. Part of it is the crapshoot of the situation. I meet a woman, I court her, we decide to be a family if it's done the right way. Now we having sex, we gambling. So it ain't fair that you can take the gambling out of being with somebody and we can't. So now we gambling, we fucking every night. I'm orgasming in this woman, but I'm gambling whether I'm gonna have a baby or not. It's no for sure. There's no guarantees. Just because I stick my penis in a woman don't mean that she gonna have a baby by me. Right. So now we playing that numbers game. So now we playing the game. We gambling, but you getting a sure shot.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Why? That ain't fair that I got to gamble. You get a sure shot. Why is being straight being considered high class and being gay ain't? I don't get no tip when I get a woman pregnant.
Right.
Ain't nobody turning around and telling me, man, here go 20% for making this baby with this chick. There is no tips in being a normal heterosexual person. I done went far right. So when you're having a baby, you're tipping yourself. What is a tip? A tip is what's that word for tip?
Oh Lord, wait.
Motherfucker.
You got another.
Do you know what TIP stands for? TIP stands for to ensure promptitude.
Never knew that.
Oh, I did not.
To ensure promptitude. So if you're tipping yourself, you're looking for an insurance. You know, when you have a baby with a chick, that means that's consummating love. I made the right decision to love the right woman. This is proof. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our bodies intermingled.
I hit it for the night.
I hit it for the night. That's hilarious. I just got lost in the fuck with what the fuck I was saying. But yeah, so I'm history of the tip. History of the tip. Where's the history of the tip? Bring that up. I thought it was very interesting. The countries that consider tips to be disrespectful, Japan is one country. Japan feels like, hey, if you come to a restaurant, this is a team environment. That we're all working for the greater good of the environment. So tipping somebody pulls them out of the team mindset and makes them more of an individual. God. Motherfucker sick. Hey, when women wear dresses that long, because you got a long dresses, do y'all wear that when y'all don't want to wear panties?
What?
Well, that don't got to be the excuse. You not wearing if you don't know.
I feel like when y'all wear certain stuff, it's because you don't want to wear panties that day. Am I tripping? What's the purpose of panties in a long dress?
What? You still gotta wear panties.
Why?
To hold everything together.
Wait, I'll say this. Sometimes I wear panties and sometimes I don't. So if
So what about you? When do you wear panties?
You got wishful thinking, my nigga.
No, I ain't wishing that.
I ain't never had them on.
You got wish mouth, man.
Nah, man. Nah, not at all.
I'm crazy. No, anyway, back to the tipping shit I was on. The history of tipping. So basically, tipping didn't exist in America till the 1850s. What happened was rich American travelers went to Europe and saw that they tipped, and they brought it back to America in the 1850s. Very interesting. How has gratuity changed over time? In 1938, the Fair Labor Standards Act established the federal minimum wage, 40-hour work week, and banned child labor. It was one of the major accomplishments of the New Deal. Despite this, the federal government did not include tipped workers as a part of the new minimum wage law. Yeah, tipping is a big part of this country's history. There's something very interesting about tipping. Do you know that in some states, the base minimum wage, if you receive tips at your job, is $2.13 an hour?
Yeah, that's nuts. I ain't even know where to survive anywhere.
What's the lowest paying job you ever had?
A Subway. No. For Subway, I was working at an agency. I was making like $9 an hour.
How long ago was this?
This shit was like 18 when I was like 18, 19.
So them checks would be like $280 a week after taxes.
Bro, horrible, my nigga. Nigga, I thought I came up when I started working at Subway, nigga.
Really?
Hell yeah. I know, nigga, I already had in mind what Jordans I was going to get the next week.
Really? What was you making at Subway?
Like 400 every 2 weeks.
Wow.
How many hours was you working?
Yeah, shit, I don't even remember, bro, but it was like, nigga, the prices wasn't as high on everything. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I mean, a nigga just coming out of school, you know what I'm saying, making fun. You know, I had a starting point, you feel what I'm saying? Shortly after that, I worked for the city, of course, but, you know, I had to start somewhere, but I was making probably like $500 every 2 weeks or something like that.
Lowest paying job, Daisy.
I would say
Is her mic on?
Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear her mic. Hello?
Her mic is off.
Oh, that is
It's me.
All right, there we go. Go ahead.
Hello. I used to work for. I used to just wash like towels for a beauty salon. So I used to get paid like under the table, and I would get like maybe $200 every 2 weeks.
Oh.
damn.
Yeah. I was in high school.
What about you, Mimi?
I think the lowest paying job for sure I used to work at C's Candy when I was in high school. But you know, C's Candy was fun. It had a bartering part to it. So
The one on La Brea?
No, I worked in the Fox Hills Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you was in the mall with
And back then,
you was looking for that hot dog on the stick promotion. You was trying to get to. If you work in the mall, all the money for a pretty woman is that hot dog on the stick, right?
yeah, you know, the craziest part about when you work in the mall and everyone's young, so it becomes like a mall family. So I'll give you a piece of candy, you give me a hot dog on the stick. You know, I get your friends and family discount at this place.
Corn dog for them Nikes.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Nike dog.
Yeah, look. Let me get your discount for them, you know, that corn dog. You know, everybody likes C's Candy though. So see, I always had somebody trying to barter with me.
Right.
Who don't want some C's Candy?
We love C's
That's
Candy. I love C's.
Yeah. So I made side money.
I was a volunteer, 13 years old. The volunteering program, $1 an hour was my salary.
Wow.
Oh,
Nigga, you was at a sweatshop. Nigga.
For real.
I got an $80 check at the end of the summer.
Oh my God.
At the end of the summer?
$80.
This nigga that said at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the summer. nigga.
$80 check though, but this is 1993, so it was like 160. I bought 2 polo shirts and some basketball shorts
Oh, you excited.
for a summer's work.
Wow.
Was it at least fun?
That's a Nike dog, huh?
Right.
this summer.
Just do it.
How old was you? You said
Just
13.
do it.
7th grade.
You should have sold drugs.
I should have.
Lemonade.
Hey, the 13th Amendment passed abolishing slavery in the U.S., right? So freed workers took service jobs. Freed slaves took service jobs, often relying on tips to supplement their little to no hourly pay. So a lot of people don't know that after slavery, during Reconstruction, slaves had to look for jobs. Could you imagine how hard that resume was to read?
You stupid as
You know what?
fuck. Hey, that's a sad.
What the fuck did this say, Bob?
That's
You know
funny.
what?
As your experience.
I see eyes and yeses and
You know what?
masters, but what the fuck did the rest of this shit say?
You know what?
Imagine being freed and having to figure out how to write that resume.
Nigga, not-
But everybody had the same one from the one that could write.
Everybody had the same one. The resume just had directions down to the plantation and pictures of the boss
Right.
with a circle around it. Find Master Thomas. He'll tell you everything I did down there.
Yes, you can call.
Nigga, that resume was.
They were like, that Mr. Thompson was something else.
What child wrote this? This is a 60-year-old woman wrote this resume.
Hilarious. Wow.
Can we contact employer?
Oh God,
Right.
that is so horrible.
Fuck around and give a slave a MasterCard.
Hey, but what I'm saying is this, like, think about when tipping, became something that was necessary in this country. This is at a time during slavery was over, Reconstruction, where, our ancestors who got nothing for working were trying to get something from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think about it. These are the most skilled laborers in the history of the world. They built this country. They're better equipped to get a higher salary than anybody that's ever been in this country, a former slave. You know what I'm saying? And they were working at a time when there was no minimum wage. Their tips were, they worked solely on tips. So imagine how great you had to be at your job if your tips depended on your greatness or your ability to provide a service. Go ahead. I thought you were saying something, Sarah.
Hookers would be rich.
Hookers would be rich. Well, I mean, their pimps get rich for sure.
I know. I'm just saying if they were like a sole proprietor,
Right.
individual.
But imagine what that would do to you if you did your job and at the end of your job, you just worked on tips. Somebody just walked away from you. They didn't pay you. But you did your job, though.
Yeah, that'd be some hoe shit. That's fucked up. Like, I remember my homeboy said that one day he was working at Chili's at the one in, I think, Carson.
Yeah.
And he said that a white couple came in and he did everything for him. He said, oh, yeah, we don't tip your kind. Like, made it be.
No.
Yeah, he said that it was like, yo, like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, I'm not tripping about you tipping me or not tipping me, bro. But at the end of the day, for you to emphasize you being racist is fucked up.
But yeah, that's super fucked up. Imagine what they went through coming out of Reconstruction.
Man.
And that, yeah. And
Or coming out of slavery.
Yeah, no, facts. It's funny because I didn't even know, like, when you think about it, it makes sense, though. Servers, you know what I'm saying? Servants, you know?
Right.
It was parallel, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just basically an alley-oop to go to, I mean, what's the best next thing they know, you know what I mean? So
Right.
Is the serve people. So it's kind of funny how restaurant game came from, feel like it came from slavery down there.
Right.
That shit wild to me. I never know that shit. Like, it's deeply rooted.
As soon as I pay you, you're not a servant.
Mm,
You're an employee. There's a difference between a servant and an employee.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
A servant has no choice. They have to do this right
Fuck.
Or else.
Or else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just think about how deep that is.
That is crazy.
That is crazy. I mean,
It just made slavery legal just with tips down there, basically.
But every
Service
race
was
is doing it at
excellent
least.
too.
Everybody is submitting to the dollar.
that's why
All the races are submitting to that dollar, though.
Fact.
they are for
And,
sure.
and to me is this. I don't mind if you're doing a grandiose service, and I mean you were just pleasant bringing my food over, and you're making sure you're on it. I don't mind paying you top dollar for your time. I appreciate you. You need to be known what you did was great. Because some of these people come to your table, take your order.
Right.
You ain't getting no tip
That's
taking
it?
my order. And then you got the nerve to put a gratuity on you having a bad attitude. So I gotta accept you having a bad attitude, but I gotta give you some of my money. I didn't even like this food that much, and I really didn't like your attitude.
Right.
So, but now I'm forced to give you a tip. So I don't like that part of it. I mean, I do, of course, do what I have to do when I'm out, and I give nice tips for those who deserve it. But I think that if you do a good job, you should get more. And I think if someone walks out and don't give you that tip, not based on what you said, because that's something different, but you didn't do a good job, I think sometimes you need to know you're shitty. You know what I'm trying to say? You're shitty, and that's why your tip status is shitty. Right. You know, you like at the strip club and you're the lousy stripper because all the other girls got bags going home and you got $5 because it's your attitude.
Yeah. I had somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
But I got somebody that actually put on the tip like how he think about the service. If he ain't tipping, he'd be like, next time treat customers better, bitch.
For real.
He's a wild dude.
Yeah.
But what rich people don't take tips. That's because you serve me, I don't serve you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, but you know what? No, that's absolutely. But
Think about that though.
No, that's real talk. Because, like you just said, because they're providing the service. So that's just like you go get your nails done and you're tipping the person doing your nails. You're paying for the service. You may not even be rich, but you're paying them for a service and then you're tipping. But like you said, when people are rich, it is an insult to receive that money. They're like, I don't need your money. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not for sale. They don't even. What I notice about rich people.
I'm not for sale.
I'm not for sale.
Think about.
I'm not for sale. I'm the boss.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? But you know, if you're at a table with a bunch of bosses, they're fighting to take who's gonna pay the bill.
Yeah,
and when you're at the table with a bunch of non-bosses, they like, mine was $12.99, and you know, they forgot
50 cents.
They forgot that it was a tip, gratuity, taxes. They just gave you $15. But a person that got a bunch of money, they be like, oh, I got everybody's. And left them $100 tip because they understand the concept of money. Because when you give, you get. If you holding on like this, you never had nothing because that same hand that you closing is the same one that won't open.
Most states have most countries have abolished tipping because they don't want an identity crisis on who the boss is.
Right.
They don't want people undercutting the boss because they realize there has to be a class system. There has to be a hierarchy of people to control those who aren't capable of controlling themselves.
Right.
It's deeper than just the money. It's the psychological disposition of the person receiving the tip. You got to remind them of their place in society.
Fuck. That's
That reminds me of something so funny.
Go ahead.
I shouldn't probably tell it, but I'll kind of alter it, but I'll tell it. So there was someone, and they were like a little hater, a little funny style, someone in my life, right? And they're always hating and doing all this weird stuff. So they work at a restaurant. So I went to the restaurant, I ordered some food and everything. And I gave them a nice tip, you know. And so what you just said, I know it was from a good place, but then it was from a funny place. So here's the thing. It was from a good place because, hey, even though we have I know you were a hater, I know you're this and that, but I still gave you a nice tip. You probably didn't get a tip like that today. So it was a blessing to them. But for me, on the other hand, it was like, yeah, same person you was talking about.
Hey,
your mouth about. Yeah, I know you need that $20 though.
I need.
Yeah, maybe next
She
time
took
I might give you 25
He took it.
for my iced tea and soul food.
That's what, and that's why they hating because they tired of taking tips.
Right.
You think you're making money, but really every time you take a tip, you're just reminding yourself that you ain't enough.
Damn.
Oh my God.
That's why I don't tip.
That's why it's funny how men do it. Because men who take tips, they don't view themselves as being weak niggas. Because they got egos. They may lift a lot of weights and drive a nice car. But you still a tip-taking nigga. You still a tip-taking nigga. The problem is you think if you change your environment that mean you ain't the nigga that you are for real. You're still that nigga. No matter where you go, you a tip-taking nigga.
You know what I'm running?
Oh, shit.
Hey, but
So you need to run that fade with yourself every day. Because life is whooping you. Maybe if you start whooping yourself, it'll hurt enough for you to change your ways. Mad because you got to take tips and another nigga don't. You taking handouts, nigga. Just because you got Jordans on and a nice car don't mean that ain't a handout, nigga. My car paid off. I'm glad. Paid off 3 months ago. I got 3 paid off cars now. All I'm paying is punk ass insurance. I'm mad I got to do that. But these loan companies, I ain't giving out tips no more. I'm happy. I was a bitch ass nigga when I had that car note for a while. A car note to remind you that nigga, you ain't really that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You really ain't that nigga.
That's funny, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? The coldest thing is when you find out how much your car is worth after you pay the motherfucker off, then you realize I should have leased.
Man.
So you mean I paid $40,000 for this little piece of shit and it's worth $3,000 now?
Right.
Nigga, what happened? What happened to it? It still run good. Why is it still run this? No, anyway, but you was about to say something, Show?
I'm like, I could have built this shit.
Yeah. Multiple states passed laws to abolish tipping in the 1900s. In 1926, anti-tipping laws are repealed by the government. In 1938, the federal minimum wage is established, but tipped workers are not included. In 1942, the Supreme Court rules that employees keep all of their tips, which is pretty cool. In 1966, Congress creates the tip credit. Restaurants can pay workers a sub-minimum wage as long as their gratuity gets them over the minimum wage threshold. 1996, Congress frees sub-minimum wage for tip workers at $2.13 per hour. In 2008, the Department of Labor updates laws to include back-of-house staff and tip pools. I think that's cool. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but in some states, it's pool tipping now.
Yeah.
So if you tip your waiter or waitress, the cook and the busboy and everybody else gets a portion of it, with the wait staff getting the bigger portion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing that's weird about that. Anybody that understands how business works understands that the price of all the labor is calculated into the price of the food. So what it costs to pay the chef, what it costs to pay the hostess, what it costs to keep the lights on, all of that is factored into the prices of the foods you buy. So a lot of times we're allowing people with this game to charge us twice for something because they just tell us, like the whole plastic bag shit at the grocery store, paying the 10 cents. That's extra money that they make it. They tell us it's a recycle fee, but it's not. Whatever you pay for that product, the price of that bag has already been factored into it.
Right.
So the only problem I have at restaurants or just places in general is I don't want to be paying 2 or 3 times for one thing.
Man, that's what we do every fucking time.
You know, you go some places, they don't even tell you. They include the gratuity in the bill. I went to Bossa Nova. If you ever go to Bossa Nova, don't tip at Bossa Nova. 20% gratuity is automatically included in the price of the food. But they don't tell you that. You got to catch it.
Right.
That's
And you
crazy.
can't like tell them I don't wanna
No.
pay that.
Automatically included.
They're gonna be like, you can leave.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
go to-
They
like,
will.
real shit. Like, and even like Miami, I remember I went to Miami one time. They said like when you on the like the beach and shit like that, like they won't have the prices on the menu, you know. And as soon as if you eat the food before you ask how much was this, they'll skyrocket the price like another $20-$30 on your plate, you know. But if
Where
you
is this at?
in Miami. So they say like the restaurants in Miami is scam artists. You know what I mean? Because they'll charge you if you don't ask. That's why they don't have the prices next to the food on the menu.
Well, most nice restaurants, there ain't no prices on the menu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just reading cursive writing. Whenever this shit is in cursive writing, they trying to get you.
Nigga,
Did Abe Lincoln write this menu? Is that why it's so much?
nigga, I remember I was at Barry's one time, nigga, in Hollywood, nigga, not the little like the diner shit, but I was at the actual fucking restaurant, man. Nigga, they charged us for water, nigga.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I said, oh hell, no, I ain't never up here doing this again, nigga. Glass of water, nigga, tap water like $2, nigga.
Oh, that's wild.
Wild as fuck.
Yeah, that's wild as shit. What's the biggest tip you've ever given somebody? Stay away from drugs. No, the biggest tip I think I've ever given was $100 and I didn't get the pussy.
Damn. That's
He said 100.
$100. I give $100 tips, but it was probably because it was at a regular restaurant.
Yeah, and I've spent a lot of money on the tip. I've had expensive dinners, and then the tip is high because the dinner was high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't even remember how much because I do it so much, but let's just say a couple of $100.
You ever have a waiter holler at you?
Yeah.
So why is this bitch bringing me extra food? I don't get it. It'd be like it'd be a little note at the bottom of the fries. Say, hold on, what is this? There's a love note at the bottom of my pile of fries. What does this say? Why do I see a heart in the bottom of my fries? You had a waiter try to holler at you? Have you had a waiter try to holler at you?
No.
I've had one from out of town, and they use this whole, you need some tour guidance around. They want to take you to all the restaurants.
You was in Jamaica? You was in Jamaica?
No. I wasn't in Jamaica at the time. I want to say I was in Chicago. And so you want to show me all around. I said, okay.
Yeah, I know where to go. I know all the places around here.
Yeah, you look like you like to eat. I do. You tell me what the places are. Take those.
Oh my God. Does Bennigan's count?
What is Bennigan's? I've never heard.
Oh, you never heard of Bennigan's?
We're back again, Bennigan.
Back again, Bennigan.
I've been again.
I already been again without you.
Are you serious?
Damn.
You want to go with
Cheddar's
already been again?
is? You ever know what Cheddar's is?
It's cheese.
No, never mind. That's a type of restaurant. Never mind.
It's a burger spot.
No.
Would you rob
It's like,
it?
no. Keep going. Never mind. Back to you, Craig.
Well, let's go to the story about Bennigan's.
No, I was talking about fucking waiters. No, not.
Oh, you fucked the waiter?
Yeah.
Oh!
What happened?
I was there.
That's a big tip.
He had a cheeseburger off your pussy?
No.
No bun, just
It was keto.
2 patties on your pussy.
big
Straight.
It's that fur burger, nigga.
Put ketchup on it. Look, put ketchup and mayonnaise and ate this shit up. Relish.
I don't like relish.
What happened at Bennigan's? What happened?
How did it get there?
What?
Bacon.
What?
Bacon? You stupid.
One cold night in December.
Oh, shit, your pussy
Alone all night.
So I went to the restaurant by myself. He was just nice, and we were talking, and then
You didn't know him?
no, I didn't know him, and then he came on his break, even just was chilling talking.
Oh, he
to me.
came on his break. That's
No,
nasty.
no, I didn't.
shit.
What? No. So we just talked. Actually, I was at the restaurant for like over 3 hours. It was toward the end of the night, and we ended up kicking it, and
We don't know.
Where did he tell his manager to go?
Yeah.
Check, clock out. I'm finna fuck this bitch. Bennigan, I told your ass to clock out. I'm finna fuck this bitch, Bennigan. The manager's name was Bennigan. No relation to the restaurant.
No
people.
relation.
It was destiny for him to work there. Huh? Damn. So it was after he clocked out.
Yeah, it was after he clocked out, so no violations on his part.
Did you wash up in the dish where the dishes get? Like, where'd you wash up?
Where'd you do it at? The bathroom?
He actually came to my apartment.
Oh, okay.
We actually had we slept in a bed.
Y'all slept?
Oh,
Oh, I thought y'all
Fancy.
fucked at the restaurant.
No,
me too. I thought y'all went to break
Some
room
Jason Leary
Yeah.
shit.
and
What
bring
are
that
we-
thing over.
What are we, animals?
That sounds exciting though.
I know. It still was like really, really cool.
Did y'all talk after that?
It was strange because it had like little weird pillow talk.
Did y'all go back to the restaurant and eat?
Actually, he did give me some food the next day.
Oh, wow.
How long did that last?
Shout out to Bennigan from Bennigan.
Only that day. I was like, that's
wow.
it. We went out there one time and that was it.
The optimal question, the question of the day
Good
is,
time. Then.
did you tip him?
He tipped her.
That nigga wait till she fell asleep and put 2 fries on her chest. Yeah, got up out of there.
Back of the ketchup. In the middle.
Put 2 dots of ketchup on them with your back. Bop, bop. And then a smiley face and a nose. So got a That's crazy.
Oh my God.
God.
What's up, y'all? I got a new series dropping. SOS. Stand Up on the Spot. It's the only freestyle comedy hour done with the participation and questions of audience members. Please purchase your pre-sale tickets and get access to those specials. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.
Trendsetter, pacemaker, changed my heart. did everything in tools, then built my ark. Cause I've been old, childish alchemist, cause I've been gold. A lot of rebounding like Robin on the sparks, and I've been told great men do it cause they've been through it with the right bin bow. I judge ya on what happens when I'm done. Will she raise soldier when he raise gun? Or will he get exposure and D-Wade's son? We fought it out, bad tenant, her dad did it, gave notice and got it out. Now I walk in belief and travel without a doubt. I'm tougher than I used to be, though I fight less. Less about right, more righteousness. A might with the might to light distress, cause I'm different. We going up, until we up. Now look at us. We going up, going up, until we up. I'm with Cube on this. What's in it for us? Walk Rosa off the bus and park her in a plus. Rolls Royce, ask my nigga Boyce. It's better when we up, cause black is not Irish, can't depend on luck. We have no friends, cause friends don't fuck each other out of ends and end up stuck trying to fit in when the end is us. Looking for a win when the wind blew dust. Wanna know how they feel? Recorded Clippers owner. Can racism heal? Just ask my nigga Donor. More power to the loner. Banks won't do it, so loan yourself time when you go through it. To the other side, the covers off my brother's eyes. A plaintiff in the suicide. We settle for this, you and I doing our thing. If the mouth don't open, then the voice can't sing. We going up, until we up. Now look at us. We going up, going up, until we up.
God. Hey, today in Fulton County, Rice Prison, which is in Atlanta. Fulton County, Rice Jail in Atlanta. An inmate dug a tunnel, not to escape, but to another man's cell so he could stab him. When is beef more important than freedom?
Oh, God.
Huh?
That nigga was trying to prove a point.
I mean, that's crazy, bro. And the thing is, he made knives out of things he found inside the wall and also parts of the wall. Imagine being that inmate just waiting on him to finish the tunnel. Yeah, man, give me 6 months. I'm going to get, you know what I mean? Like, this had to be some real, but this sound, he might have, like, what would make a man do this? I feel like maybe it was something from the streets. Maybe did this man do something to a family member of his? Like, is there something that would make you dig a tunnel to stab somebody as opposed to dig a tunnel that's leading to your freedom?
Man, that had to be personal, bro, because like you put all that time and effort where you could have actually used it to put it into something else. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe getting out of jail, you know, programs, learning on how to learning the laws, my nigga.
Right.
But instead, my nigga, you said, yo, you out of all the library books you got in there, you wanted to figure out how to dig a tunnel and stab another motherfucker.
How do you dig silently?
Yeah.
Right.
He dug through concrete and plaster and what is that? Ceramic.
That nigga had the same walls as they did in the East Siders movie.
How do you dig a tunnel silently?
But at the same time, how do you not know that somebody coming through the wall? Did he burst out all at one time?
I have no idea.
Kool-Aid man?
Even if you knew as the victim, you can't tell. That's snitching.
Oh,
Like, why you just didn't kick him through the hole? Like, what? Like,
Get back in there. Look.
Yeah, when you see him squeezing through, you can just how do you let him squeeze through? How do you let him dig a hole in your cell?
exactly.
I can get him digging a hole in his cell, but he still got to dig the hole to get in your cell.
Exactly. How does he?
like, what would you do if you was just laying down, you saw plaster just fall on your chest from the other side? Nigga?
Right.
Unless he dug, okay, but I think this was going into the showers.
Yes.
So he dug a hole into the showers. Once he got on the other side, he was able to shimmy out. You know what I'm saying?
But this
Wow.
But you had to watch him shimmy out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This seems like negligence, not on the part of the digger, but on the part of the victim of the stabbing.
What I was
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
And it was some blood dripping off his face. Look at his face. He
Oh,
got
yeah.
injured during this, situation, right? So not only was it pieces of the ceiling, but it was some blood dripping on you before you got, stabbed. You feel me?
My thing is this: how could you be so good at digging and so bad at stabbing? Because when he got to the other dude's cell, he stabbed him, but he didn't even penetrate past the guy's first layer of skin.
He was tired.
No. That is hilarious. Hey, look, I didn't did all this digging. Now you got to stab yourself.
So
my
you
nigga.
stopped working out while you was digging his hole.
Right, he got tired. He couldn't breathe in that moment.
It's like that's a smart dumb nigga. It was like you were successful, but you still fucking failed.
Right.
Like you went through all of that. Like he could have really went somewhere in life. He could have did irrigation.
Bro, he should have been he could have did irrigation.
Yeah, he could have did irrigation, my nigga. They would have loved him. Like real shit. Digging tunnels in the ground at the parks and shit like that to make sure they got sprinklers and shit like that.
Right.
Nigga, that's a $100,000 job. You know what I mean?
It is.
And I don't even think he went to school for this shit.
For digging?
Yeah, nigga, like,
So
What
how
you
did
got-
he dig this?
What you got to do to be in digging school? Like, what's the prerequisites?
man, shit. The hell if I know, nigga.
Shit, my life is fucked up. I done dug a hole for myself in my life. That qualifies me to go to this.
That nigga just played a game of whack-a-mole, my nigga. That nigga was a whack.
Yeah, he didn't get past the first layer of skin.
Hell no.
He gets into the man's cell. He's digging for free. He didn't dig for freedom. That's the part that gets me is like, that's life. You can mistake activity for progress.
Come on.
You could be doing a whole lot of digging, but it ain't leading to nothing.
That shit is.
Damn.
You got all that dirt under your nails for nothing.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying?
This nigga could have really went somewhere in life.
right.
That's some, to me, that's where competition is not pure. You know what I'm saying? If you get into somebody because you want to prove physically that you're greater, so you're digging a hole because you want to show them that you're above them, and you get there and stab them, like what kind of shit is it? What kind of life are you living if you want to prove to other people that you're better than them? You should have been digging towards your freedom. What's his name?
Oh, his name is
Kevin Thomas.
Wasn't
Yeah.
effective.
You could have got out that motherfucker and been in Magic City the next day.
Actually, it's Kavion.
Kavion, you could have dug your way out to jail and been in Magic City the next day having a ball with some beautiful women, but you chose to dig a hole in your cell and go stab another man. You should have made that play for freedom, man.
On everything, he could have had a cold team. He was like,
Yeah.
"Look, I got the game, my nigga. We can all get up out of here, my nigga."
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you got the game, my nigga. You was being selfish.
Yeah, he was being selfish.
Selfish as fuck.
We done all dug holes that led to nowhere, though. I've done it before. It just wasn't this stupid.
But he's really gets mad, doesn't think things through. And you got to keep in mind, this dude did something. Whatever happened, it was serious. The entire time he dug, his madness made him strong enough to go from one side of the cell to another cell. Like, can you imagine how mad you got to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must have had his booty beat up the other night.
Yeah, or something. Or the nigga must have sold him chapstick.
Hilarious.
or the nigga must have sold him chapstick repellent, nigga.
He's
That
like,
nigga, that nigga lips ashy than the motherfucker.
Yeah. But that's that dust from the wall. That's the wall dust from his mouth.
right. And that left eye is something, it's all small or something in the eye. Something
Like,
in
yeah,
the
that's-
face.
But Fulton County jails, which is where Rice Jail is, this is a county in Atlanta. They got a history of, just dumb stuff happening. Recently, it was reported that a prisoner was killed by bed bugs.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They found his body with 1,000 bed bugs on it.
Oh my God.
So the family is suing for negligence.
They should.
Mm-hmm.
Bed bugs. That's got to be a cold way to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
How many were they to like kill you?
right.
Thousands.
And it had to be going on a long time. That wasn't like, an hour thing. That was like,
Why didn't Sally help him?
right.
Could you imagine somebody just sitting there and watching bed bugs attack you? Like, what made the bed bugs just focus on him? It was another person in the cell, most likely.
Right.
You know, jails ain't got ladders, nigga.
He tastes good. They said, we got us a good one.
But bed bugs, do they use ladders?
Nigga, I mean, this shit. I mean, how do you extract it from the one bed to the next? I mean,
Bed bugs could jump.
Yeah, you said
They're like fleas.
But why
big
he didn't
fleas.
call, for someone, a bailiff, somebody come help?
Yeah.
no, they actually, I think they had that shit on Instagram.
Well, these was bunk bed bugs. Bunk bed bugs are different than regular bed bugs. You know what I mean? They
They have
can fly.
territories? They have certain territories?
Nah, but what I'm saying is it's a bunk bed in prison. So, I mean, I don't know. Like a bed bug is not just something that can infest you on your bed. It can get on your clothes.
Yeah.
You know, there's other ways for them to spread, you know?
You take them from one place to another.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, man. What's his name? Kevion?
Oh, Kevion, yeah. The bed bug dude was LaShawn, but Kevion.
Okay, LaShawn. Oh, well, let's read the actual article on the bed bug dude. I didn't actually. Okay. Yeah, so a man died in a bed bug infested cell in Georgia, in Georgia's psychiatric wing. Okay, so he was a psych patient. Man, you read this shit, man. This fuck me.
In Atlanta, a man who died in a bed bug infested cell in a Georgia jail's psychiatric wing died due to severe neglect, according to the independent autopsy released Monday by lawyers for his family. LaShawn Thompson, age 35, died in September, 3 months after he was booked in the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. Damn. Back to you, Craig.
Yeah, he got eaten alive.
I think that was some white racist down south shit, if anything. 'Cause, you know, I feel like they got like a lot of southern motherfuckers. They got a lot of cruel ways how they want to hurt black people. Yeah. You know, like, you know who run the prison? They ain't no niggas that run that prison.
Right.
You know what I mean? It might be niggas in the prison, but they ain't calling shots like how the head honchos is, like the wardens and shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes in those down south, when you find a nigga that's with a whole bunch of white people, a lot of times they'll treat you worse than the white people will.
Right.
Trying to prove themselves that they not with you.
You've experienced that?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that overseer mentality.
Absolutely, the old Chicken George.
What was that, at work, or what situation was it?
Yeah, it was at work. And the one person there, I was like, what? That was remember I told you a story about the guy who, when I worked at the YMCA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would say I'm not going to say what his name is. I would say.
Probably Buford or some goofy
yeah.
shit. Buford or.
Tim Stanford. He was like, Tim Stanford ain't going, nothing's going to happen to Tim Stanford. Anything, y'all can go and y'all can report me if you want to, but he doesn't know Tim Stanford ain't going nowhere.
Hilarious.
I was like, the third person shit was too much.
Hey, man, to the guy who dug himself out of his cell and into another man's cell, you retarded in a mug. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.
What's up, y'all? I got my own league, the RDL Roast Domino League. But guess what? We have merch. We got custom RDL dominoes. All you got to do is click the link below, purchase your dominoes. If I owe you something, get it from God. God.
Siege monstrosities.
You hate criticism. You let a man cartwheel and punch you and said you wasn't living with him. They show out around you, won't do a thing about it. Thugging and harmonizing, watch them sing about it. You have a white mind. You think blacks are lazy and mixing Kool-Aid with they white wine. And that's the thing about it. Can't even talk to you. Ghost of a real nigga. Watch me walk through you. You fight your girl, man. Cuss out the mailman. Go to jail and become a trail man. And that's the thing about it. God dropped you a breath mint out the sky, said take this, and I'll think about it. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick. I'm telling you, he's trained. And I know what you'll say. You run way back over there and say shit's happening today. The money, the ops, the drop. But I ain't no dope dealer and I ain't running from no cops. And why should I? I'm so hard to find. A spy had to hire a private eye, cause I'm a private guy. Nobody knows where I live, not even my kids. They have stains on their hearts, it's blood on the bib. Your mother went against my wishes, aside from high. She was good for the dishes and to buy some fries. Call me when you can dunk, cause I'm a punk. Though I'm not a good father, I'ma need my chunk. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a bitch ninja. You know what you do. Probably fuck around and try to kick ninjas. You a bitch ninja. You a
God. Oh, what an unfortunate story of an idiot being an idiot. I guess in Oakland, California, there was a road rage incident where a white man called a few black women the N-word and tried to run them off the road, huh, Sho?
Yeah, man, that shit was horrible, bro. Like first off, being a black woman or a woman in general, man, y'all got all of these predators that don't know how to respect women. Like this one in this video right here, man, it was crazy because, like, as men, we see the shit, but we don't see how much women, especially black women and minority women, are preyed up on when we're not there in the presence.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's almost like, damn, I didn't even know y'all lived like that. You know what I mean? And it's almost shocking because if you don't know about it, it's like it's not out there. You know what I mean? But y'all really got to protect yourselves. And even in this video right there, I know how you said you say a woman shouldn't engage, but sometimes, you know, they have no other choice but to protect themselves, like the camera. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, they something, you know, it's like the prey and the predator. Mm-hmm. It's fucked up that the woman got to be the prey on this end, especially in this video. Obviously, they're just driving. This guy was being very racist, being irate, you know what I mean? 61 with a name, last name Blackwell.
Oh my!
White racist man with a last name like Blackwell. I see your point. I think you got a point. I think I see something else as well.
What is that?
Out of pocketness. Female out of pocketness. I see the racism that supersedes everything else. But as a woman, you're not supposed to put your life in danger chasing down a man. Because what you gonna do when you get there? I can understand if you were prepared, if you had a pistol, a gun, and you say you about to put in some work, but you chasing down another man that's bigger and stronger than you. You obviously don't have a plan, and you testing him to see what he's gonna do. That's one viewpoint.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to hit the brakes and let him go forward. Now, if you hit the brakes and he hit the brakes, I don't know that. I'm not condoning him being racist. What I'm disappointed in is that you would put yourself in harm's way.
Right.
I would instruct my daughter or my mom or my sister to pull over, hit the brakes completely. Pull over. If he pulls over, then you start driving again. But pull over, let him get as far as in front of you as possible. And once he gets in front of you, get off the freeway. And get back on going in another direction. Or get off the freeway. Find the nearest police station. But don't engage in physical, life-threatening activities with a man you don't know. That's a battle that 9 times out of 10 you're not going to win. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself. Because look, I mean, I don't know if it's to attribute to out-of-pocketness in our community, because a lot of times with our women, we can go back and forth with them like that. They used to being able to do that with us. But in other cultures, they don't allow that type of shit. Most of these white motherfuckers will kill you, baby. Yeah. Some of these Asian cultures, it's no problem for them to put hands on their women, especially traditional culture. So don't put yourself in that position, because, you know, what if, I mean, he tried to run her off the road. I mean, am I giving some bad advice? Is this sexist, what I'm saying?
I think that the advice that you're giving is good. I think that since we weren't on the road at the time, we're just speculating. So which your speculation is right from the standpoint, if she was chasing him down. Now, to me, they were on the side of each other, and I don't know if she was chasing down too, but he was the aggressor, right? And so you have to keep in mind, she didn't plan that to happen. So when you're scared or don't know what to do, it's kind of like a freak out mode. So I'm not even sure that she may have been thinking clearly, because suddenly you're driving and then someone, I don't know what happened prior to that, right? Mm-hmm. But someone is being aggressive. You know, sometimes you're like, oh my God. And, you know, instead of you going, like you said, getting off, and you're pushing the gas, going faster, he's keeping up. I don't really know about that part. I just think that each scenario, you do need to try to calm it down, because people lose their life like that, Craig. Yeah. And you're right about it. And it's not worth it. Right. So the best thing to do is try to see how you can minimize it. You know, if that means slowing down, if that means looking straight ahead, but you still watch them. You need to watch somebody like that, because you don't know what they're really up to. You get what I'm trying to say? They can have a gun themselves.
Right.
You don't know. So I just think that the best thing to do is try to minimize it. And what you said is one way to minimize it. Another way is to look straight ahead and not engage with that person. But see, some people keep antagonizing you like an animal when you act like you're scared. So there's so many levels to this, I believe, you know? And then I think if you're a black woman and you're used to seeing what happens in these streets with these Trump supporters or these Karens, then you say, oh, I know you're not talking to me. They shouldn't do that. But I'm saying the stage has been prepared for people to feel a certain way and feel like they don't want that to happen to them. And they've already told themselves, if this ever happened, they're not going to treat me like they treated my ancestors. Not saying that that's right. I'm just saying every situation is different.
What about, I definitely agree with you. What about for the person, because that could happen to anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not just a woman. But even from a person's perspective, like I know how you say, you know, you don't have a man with you or you don't have a plan. Well, still, even with that, a nigga could still have a gun. You know what I'm saying? Man or a woman. You know, bullets is bisexual. You feel what I'm saying? Hitting male or woman. You dig me? So,
but in this situation, it's different. She's in a, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen enough. We don't have enough of a control. But I mean, she hitting the gas. She keeping up with him. If we running the same speed, or if you're running faster than me, you're trying to catch me. If you going the same speed as me, you're trying to stay with me.
No, I agree with you.
You're supposed to avoid the danger.
I agree with you.
I thought it was a freeway.
I thought it was a freeway, and
yeah, it is a freeway. I don't think she was really chasing them. They was going the same direction,
nigga. But
I mean, I
think,
and he's in the far right
in the lane,
to get out.
He's in the lane that she would need to go over to get out. So she would either need to slow down or pass him up. But depending on the speed of the people in front of her, maybe she was caught in a cross lock. Like, in other words, the people in front of her is only going so fast, and the people in front of him, so they kind of like not really stuck by each other, but sort of they are. That happened to me the other day. Oh my God, it was crazy. Was leaving from Corona, heading to LA, got off at Alvarado, made a Alameda, made a left-hand turn heading to Slauson. This dude in front of me, he busts a cold-ass U-turn, but he stops in the middle of the U-turn, and I'm not really tripping. He hop out the car with his gun and starts busting at the people. He's standing like, so this is me in my car. He's right here. He's standing right in front of my car, busting on people. If he would have decided to turn himself and shoot the crowd, honestly, I would have been the first person right by him. I was that close to him. He never let me see his face all the way. He had a hood on. He had a hoodie, so he was turned to the back of me. Like, so I could see the back of him. But if he was to turn around and say, I'm going to get everybody looking at me, we were all stuck. There was nowhere to run.
Right.
And listen, there was nowhere to run. I really saw my life flash before me. I had to go back home after that. I had a meeting, and after the meeting, I went right back home. It freaked me out because there was nowhere to go.
Where was
it was at a light, like Alameda. I was heading towards Slauson to my patient's house. So along that path from the 10 to Slauson, but closer to Slauson and Alameda.
Damn.
And he wasn't in a bucket. He was in a $100,000 car. He was in a Benz, one of them real nice ones, AMG'd out, got the nice paint, Now this is the thing that it's none of my business, but what I keep trying to figure out is what happened. Right. Like I can't even, and what's crazy is I was trying to see if somebody got hit, but you don't want to be looking too tough when the light finally turned. But he had a silencer on it or something, and everybody didn't even hear it go off. Some people was looking like they didn't even know what was going on. I only know what was going on because he was standing in front of my car doing it.
Yeah.
So I said all that to say I was stuck. You know what I mean?
Man, that's some wild stuff.
Damn, that shit wild. But it's a smart thing. I ain't gonna say encouraging having a silencer, but if you gonna do something, at least do it smart. But god damn, that shit's scary as a motherfucker.
Right.
It was so scary. Like, and this is 9 a.m.
In the morning, you gangbanging on bacon?
I didn't say that. 9 a.m.
God damn.
So it just really freaked me out. It was the first thing that I saw when I got off the freeway to get into LA.
That must have been like on that nigga mind all night.
Yeah.
A lot of crime happens early in the daytime.
What was crazy is the way he did it, everyone was stuck. So remember, it was traffic. He made busted at you. So the light is red up here. So the people that was coming this way are on this side of the thing. So there's no traffic where he's shooting. He had a clear thing to just shoot from this lane because the light had turned red. They can't go. we're at a light we can't go, but we're stuck with him though.
Damn.
Right.
It was a movie.
Did it get the person?
I don't know who he was getting and what was getting. All I know is I tried to look a little bit, but I don't want to look too hard. I don't think he pull out baby start busting. I mean, it was just crazy. Even when he was busting, I was kind of like leaning down, but I wanted to see if I just need to be moving in my seat because literally, if he would have turned around on everything, it would have been something going on with my car.
Right.
I just put that at the least. At the least, he'd have been shooting at my car.
That's some wild stuff, man. Los Angeles is a wild place.
Right.
Wild West.
Hey.
Yeah, he might have been on a drug, and that's what that was. Or he might have been initiating to a gang. I don't know. And what was weird was I didn't see anyone reacting to him. It was almost like a movie. I was looking for some cameramen.
You know what it is? A lot of niggas not used to silencers. Like, if it was a silent, like, you know what I'm saying? If they hear that pop, 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 it's not the gun that scared niggas, it's the sound.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
well, nobody really heard it. And the reason I heard and seen it all, because he did it right in front of me. He was the car in front of me. Then he busted the U thing and left his car in the middle of this intersection like this sideways so you couldn't drive down the street if you wanted to.
Damn.
And then he hopped out the car and started busting. And he had a cold move.
Man.
That's probably his MO. But
whoever that brother is, man.
That's a real thing. Gangsters move in silence if you didn't hear the gun go.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, man. Shoot, I guess if that's the lifestyle, I hope it was something serious. What if it was over something small? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They took my fortune out my fortune cookie.
Or road rage?
I don't know what I got to look forward to because he done stole my fortune. No.
He stole my fortune.
I don't know what.
So he stole your money? No, he stole my fortune.
That's way more than.
Look at it. He got crumbs in his pocket. You see that? He's been stealing fortune cookies all week.
Right.
That's hilarious. That's dumb.
Cereals.
Crazy.
So what would you tell your daughter, Show? Because look, man, I understand equality. I know you got a daughter and you got a woman you love at the house, and you think about women's equality when you talk. I get it, but certain things we're not equal in. We'll never be equal when it comes to physicality and things that come to fisticuffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can already tell by this lady's mentality that was chasing old boy, driving with old boy on the freeway, that she's not thinking on the level he's thinking of. She's still thinking on the petty level, like I'm gonna tell this motherfucker off.
Right.
This
I
nigga
ain't saying do that.
But this man is thinking about harming her.
Right.
See, women have such a good nature about them when it comes to shit like that. They first thought is not last resort. When men get into it, the first thought sometimes that crosses our minds is, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And then we got to talk ourselves out of that.
Right.
Damn.
Real spill, right? Somebody crosses you, be thinking, oh, he think I'm a bitch.
Right.
You doing that because you don't think I'm going to do something. So now I got to show you. Do you feel what I'm saying? And I don't think, as far when it comes to physical harm, I don't think women think that way as much as we do. They may think like, I'm gonna get this person back. I'm gonna do some real vindictive, evil shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm gonna get you back, but they don't be thinking this. I'm about to end your life. You know what I'm saying? So how do you teach your daughter to deal with that? If she's into conflict with a man, like this woman was in conflict with this other man in traffic.
How do I prepare for that?
Yeah, how do you prepare?
Classes, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for that situation, you have to tell her, yo, sag off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let that man go. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, don't go chasing a motherfucker that's obviously in that mode, because that person's already there. They're already on 100. You feel me? And you got to build up to it to even see if you might not even make it there, to that 100 they're on. They're already ready to go. They're on go mode.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would say be more cautious, more conscious, and don't react to everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta let shit. You gotta swallow your pride and be like, you know what? Fuck this. I want to make it home. Because I actually had to do that before.
Me too.
Like it was a nigga in a Prius that cut me off. And I know his life didn't mean shit because he was in a Prius and he cut me off. You know what I'm saying? But he had the most gangsterous mug. And I wanted to get to my uncle's house. I was like, if I say something to this nigga, I'm going to have to pull over, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or he might have something in the gun in his car because he got a Prius. You know what I'm saying? He already a bitch. Right. He already a bitch. You know, and it was on the 105, but he got tattoos on his neck, so he probably got something to prove. I ain't a bitch because I ain't in his Prius. So you got to let people know. So some of those things I had to swallow my pride and be like, you know what? it ain't worth it. I'm about to go out here to Palm Springs.
One thing that men do, that women do too if they're predators, but men, we're predators by nature. One thing that we do is we play psychological games with somebody that we want to victimize. So I'll give you a way that street dudes do it, or prison niggas, or niggas that are trying to gain an edge on you. They'll say shit like, you a buster. You a bitch. You a punk. You ain't gonna do nothing. This nigga's a weenie. Those are all psychological games that predators play when they're trying to give you a reason or justify to themselves why they should hurt you. So if you answer to that, you're not a predator. Sometimes you can only match predators. You can only match, you can only offset a predator by being a predator. So in this situation, this dude has her on the hunt and she doesn't know it. When she should be hunting, she's yelling bullshit out the window. If a nigga call you a bitch, or the N-word or anything that's disrespectful, and you dealing with a predator, you got two options. You get out the environment and keep that motherfucker away from you. If you're going to keep them in your environment and keep dealing with them, at some point, you're going to have to start hunting.
Right.
Because the response to somebody calling you the N-word or a punk or a bitch or you ain't going to do nothing, the response should be hunting immediately. Get off. But when you have shit on the line, a lot of times you can't just get off because you have things to lose. Yeah. This lady, you don't want to fuck your car up. Obviously, he doesn't care about fucking his Jeep up.
Right, exactly.
Because he's trying to bang you with it. So that should be the first time that, this dude is hunting. He's baiting me in. This ain't no argument with your boyfriend or your husband. This is a motherfucker that's trying to get you to give him justification to do harm to you.
Yeah. Right.
This ain't about... You understand what I'm saying? And that's the line that's muddied, ladies, where you got to understand what you're dealing with. When you come into the world of men, certain things are bigger than your emotions. Certain things are only put on the table. So when you put your hand on the table, they can stab that hand and they can do harm to you. Don't get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, ladies, because it may not be the best situation.
No, that's right.
What would you teach your son, because you have a son, how would you teach your son to deal with a situation like this?
If he was already at that point, I would definitely be saying the same thing. I wouldn't want him to engage because most likely he doesn't have a weapon. Most likely my son's not going to have that, hopefully.
Right.
And I wouldn't want him to engage. I would want him to let that guy go. And, it's not worth it. He has so much to lose, and I want him to know how to get himself out of that, because when we get angry, we get lost in our anger. And I want him to get himself out of it on his own. So I would want him to not engage and to leave this.
Yeah, don't engage. I know it feels like it's the right thing to do. I deal with it all the time, man. It be people around me playing games and doing little stuff. That's anybody that's moving in life. There's always somebody around you trying to play a game to get you to come into their world because they just, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just people, they just exist everywhere. So the best thing to do is just cut them off and keep it pushing. You have nothing to prove to nobody. You don't need to prove to somebody that you're tough enough. You don't need to prove to nobody that you're smarter than them. You don't need to prove anything to anybody but yourself and your family and whatever God you serve. As soon as you get yourself into a mind frame where I gotta prove to this nigga that I can do it without him. I gotta prove to this nigga that you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get into that mode, you've already lost.
But see, I look at it like this, man. Road rage ain't just the average rage, bro. That shit is a spell. You feel me? Like, it's like when you get in the road rage, you might have the happiest day, but when a motherfucker cuts you off, it's turn up season. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like if somebody says something to you or bumped into you on the street.
What you mean you don't know what it is?
Like, bro, I feel like it's like a high or dopamine.
It's dopamine.
Yeah. Like,
oh my God.
It's the same thing when you go bungee jumping or you get on a roller coaster or when somebody say they want to catch your fade and you get like, what?
Yeah,
Are you know what I'm saying? Are you nut? Are you and your girl fucking, you nut? You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. It's the same hormone.
But it's just like a split second, like if somebody bumped into you on the street or something like that, it's like, oh my bad, they could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as soon as a nigga cut you up, nigga, what the fuck? Like you already on 100, like it's.
But that's your life too. That's a somebody cuts you off. They're threatening your life indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know what I'm saying?
No, even if it's an accident though.
No, but I'm saying it's like if say.
Oh yeah, facts. It's a reaction.
Your body, internally, your body don't know the difference.
Yeah. Facts.
Your mind knows it, but sometimes your natural reaction is your body first, and then you think about it. Oh shit! But some people don't have that.
Yeah.
Drug use, a lot of violence will take that ability to self-check, and it just goes straight to some murder shit.
Right.
My bad, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. But I was just saying how it could be a spell, man, where it's like uncontrollable damn near. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, and that doesn't make a lot of sense where you was like that sounds like it connects to your natural body, your reaction. But that turns into road rage at the end of the day where it's like, nigga, like that split second could amplify you up. And then after you express your way of feeling like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucker might catch you in the middle of that motherfucker and be like, yo, what you say, my nigga?
But also think about this. We're hunters, right? That's our natural thing is to hunt, right?
Right.
In the animal kingdom, when they hunt, you don't see the prey doesn't see the hunter until it's time to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like you creep and you move incovertly and discreetly so you can get up on your prey.
Right.
So that's the primal reaction to, oh man, this motherfucker think I'm prey.
Right.
This motherfucker is, you know what I'm saying? This person is, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So think about when animals realize they're prey and they start moving and juking and running and trying. That's basically the equivalent. But since we're hunters as well, our instinct isn't to move, juke, and run and get out the way. Our instinct is, hold on, bro, I'm gonna hunt you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's a crazy thing that happened in Oakland. God. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Check out this bonus footage and bonus episode of KraigFacts with me, Deshaun. What's the nigga that looked like me? What's his name? Isaac Hayes.
Oh, shit.
And more. God. God. Let's start off with some KraigFacts. Did you know in 1853, the University of Michigan was the first college to allow a black person, a black man, to become a physician? A guy by the name of Samuel Coles Watson in 1853. Keep in mind, slavery was legal. And this black man became a doctor. I think that's really dope, man.
What was the time frame? What was it? From 1853. That's 1853.
1853.
And you know the bullshit that the niggas is going through in the 1900s? like
Hey,
God
man.
damn.
This dude just slept with my mother and my grandmother, and I can't do nothing about it. He's
Hey, but what if he was like the Nat Turner getting niggas back? A physician's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this nigga need a liver, nigga. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pig testicle in his body.
I'm studying the body so I can botch surgery on white people once I'm licensed. See, ain't nobody white gonna make it through none of their heart attacks if I'm the physician.
I want to know who was the first white person to be like, all right, this nigga cool.
Who was the first white person to hate black people and then have to have a black doctor do surgery on them?
Man.
You know,
like you gotta be probably the poor white person that like you barely like a white barely white, like, you know what I'm saying?
And I bet you he tried to fight off the anesthesia. Like, nah. I know you told the doctor I got, but I'm not going to sleep. I don't want to. He wake up like, oh man, my knee's better, but nah, man, re-injured. I don't want no colored fixing on me. I don't want no color. Touch it on me. I don't want no colored healing me. Could you imagine that? I mean, dying and being a racist white person and waking up in heaven and God is black.
That is funny, nigga. That's like an automatic.
That's got to be the worst.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Damn.
He said, Lord, my Lord is a I got to get back to Mississippi. God, I don't want to be here.
Damn. That's hilarious.
Jim, I heard the devil was white.
Right. Blue-eyed devil.
He'll be in heaven talking about, I'm moving to hell. You don't hate black people that much. You just hate, people be hating black people because it don't be no black people around.
Hey, that's what I think it is. It's understanding. Like, and I understood that when I was working as a custodian. The police used to always try to get me to be a cop. I was like, nah, I'm good. But they tried to get me to. They was like, look, you understand the neighborhood, so if you work in the neighborhood, man, we have less killings, which I understand though.
Right.
Because it's like a lot of these motherfuckers that grew up in the valley, the white motherfuckers. They get these movies and this rap music that they not really able to hear on their own time without their parents, telling them anything. When they try to hide the mixtape and shit, try to hide gangster rap and shit like that. So they come down, become police officers, and a lot of them treat us wrong in the hood because they're not able to relate to us.
Hey, imagine being a rapper during slavery and you got bars, but can't nobody understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas is in the field speaking broken English. So if you're a rapper, you got a command to the King's English or the bullshit English. So you just spitting bars, but they just going over everybody's head. Just.
That a slavery freestyle battle.
I mean, what do you think is the coldest bar? What do you think is the coldest bar ever spit in the history of hip hop?
Oh shit. What do you say? This nigga Tony Yayo had got me one time. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga said, the niggas in the hood don't want to see me famous. They rather see my moms make funeral arrangements.
Okay, that's crazy. Now say that same line like a slave.
These white people in the hood don't want to see me famous.
This doesn't sound like a Jamaican.
They rather see
These bees don't want to see me populous, bosses. They rather see me back there with Bessie in the cemetery.
He said he sound Jamaican.
But I'm saying the correlation I'm trying to make, rest in peace to all slaves, is that two people could be black and have two different life experiences.
Yeah.
And life experience is so important. I could be saying something profound to you.
Right.
But if we haven't walked a similar path, it's just going to go over your head.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the cold thing about being a man or a woman in life, is like you got to be so connected to what's right that messages that you aren't supposed to understand you can grab onto. Because it's certain ways where niggas can talk who've been through some shit in front of you that they could talk and it could be life-changing conversation going on and you won't have no idea.
No, that's real.
Oh, yeah.
You won't have no idea. You feel what I'm saying?
No.
You ever given somebody some real game and you could tell they don't know it, like they don't get it?
Yeah, definitely, bro. I get tired of wasting my time. Cause I try to it's be like, for instance, like my situation, bro. Like, I got a business called Plan A Radio.
Right.
So I try to even give affiliates opportunity to make money with me.
Right.
I'm not just a person. I don't need all the money. If you sell a package from my radio station, you'll get $20.
Yeah.
Not just that, you'll have a residual income if your customer keep coming to you. You know what I mean?
Well, you make it and let me borrow it from you. That's how most people think.
No, facts.
You gonna make the 100 and just give me 20 of it, and that's what I want you to do the work. Type people. Yeah.
Like, so it's just like, man, like when you come out with somebody that's a hustler, you can't really come out with no excuses, especially if they're giving you an opportunity to make money or get it out the mud just like them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like real niggas make solutions.
It's not opportunity for them though. It's a you to do for me.
Right.
I'm looking for you to do for me, not an opportunity, a you to do for me.
Real shit. A nigga just...
I need you to do for me what I should be doing for myself.
Exactly.
That should be a medicine the doctor prescribes to people who expect other people to do shit they can't do for themselves. You to do for Breen. You to do for me.
This comes from the book of...
Hey, man, I'm about to prescribe this dummy some you to do for me. Because in order for me to be successful, you got to let me borrow $20 every day. You got to, you ever meet that type of person?
Hell
you
yeah.
got to, no, you got to, nigga.
He said, "Why I got to do? Cause you my man." On some baby boy shit.
How come you didn't tell me? But you should have told me. But how come you didn't tell me that? Nigga, what do you mean? When you did it, you didn't ask me if you could do it.
Right.
Then there's that.
You just did it and it didn't work out. Now you want some you to do for me? You ain't getting it from my doctor, nigga.
At all.
Because my doctor only prescribes I can do for self. I can do for self. That's a pill that's too big to fit down some of you niggas' throats. Pause. You can do for self. Because you'd rather be on you can do for me.
Facts. See, that's why, like, for me, like, I keep people around me that take initiative, man. Because when you keep people...
Why they stealing?
Huh?
You said they take initiative. Why are they stealing?
Oh, you stupid. Why they stealing?
No, but yeah, you only fuck with people who have initiative.
Yeah,
I'm with
you
that.
got to, bro, because if you don't, bro, when in a place of business, they get to a comfortable spot. I think that you owe them something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I'm not that, like, for me, bro. I don't have a 9 to 5. I'm not saying that I'm the most richest person or anything. But at the end of the day, when somebody can provide opportunity, man, maybe you need to open your eyes and actually go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if you're already at the fucking bottom,
right?
And you see somebody doing it. You know, and I feel like you got to design your life, you know? Like every morning that you wake up, I feel like you design if your future is going to be better. You know what I mean?
And grab that bottle of I Could Do For Me and take that. Take a couple pills out that bottle of I Could Do For Me because you can do for you.
Yep.
You can do for you. Let's chant it. You can do for you. You can do for you. You can do for you. Man, take a glass of water. Make sure you eat a solid meal before you swallow it, because if not, it'll upset your stomach.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because I Could
definitely.
Do For You, or I Could Do For Me is, it might make you tired. You might be tired sometimes.
Facts.
The side effects are loss of bullshit people in your life.
Facts.
You may lose a little couple bullshit people.
And excuses.
And excuses. You may fall out with a punk bitch. It may happen. It's a side effect on the bottle of I Could Do For Me.
You did.
You know what I'm saying?
So please take carefully.
Some family members may start to hate you. It's a side effect on the bottle. Read the bottle of I Could Do For Me. I'm telling you right now, that's a side effect.
The dream killers.
Your ex-girl may fuck one of your friends. It's a side effect of I Could Do For Me. You got to remember, when you're getting healthy, sometimes people want you to stay sick.
You did.
So when they see you healthy, they try to re-sick you, if that's a word. It's like a dog attacking you for a second time. They re-sick you.
And this is what I like about Samuel Coles Watson. Just like they said, do for me, he did for him.
He did for him.
You know what I mean? He went against the grain when people just got out of slavery. You know, and he didn't make no excuses, you know, and he also discovered that he was the first black physician that was enlisted in school, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was the first. He initially went to a school called Oberlin College in Cleveland, but they didn't have a medical program. Mm-hmm. So he said, you know what, I'm going to leave my comfortability, because he was at the top of his class at Oberlin, and I'm going to go to Michigan.
Facts.
And he went to Michigan.
And imagine all the bullshit, because, you know, like, even, like, I talk to black firefighters, black, like, you know, doctors, black, everything, you know, firefighters, cops, all kind of shit. Even in today's time, racism still exists, you know what I mean? And just imagine the shit he had to go through, you know what I mean? Just to go ahead and do for him.
Right.
You dig? For instance, like, I remember my cousin, he said, man, when you high in ranking at like one of these places, like, you know, like a firefighter, you know you the nigga.
Right.
You know, they gonna let you know that you're still the nigga. I don't give a fuck what position you in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just imagine those times, 1,000 years prior and some change. Like that dude right there, he had to probably go.
1,000 years.
You mean a couple hundred years?
Yeah, my bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, the 1800s.
There was American slaves in Rome.
Nigga.
Actually, Caesar and George Jefferson, he just conflated. Caesar and George Jefferson was fucking. Everybody knows that. They was homosexual. So what happened was they started a college because at the time there was a Roman American thespian, okay, and he was chili dogging all of the Roman police staff at the castle.
Are you talking about Shakespeare Jones?
I'm talking about Shakespearean Cecil.
What?
He was the first nigga to make gumbo in Rome. His name was Shakespearean Cecil. He was actually Sicilian, hence the name Cecil from Sicily. Cecil from Sicily, hence the name. When niggas be on some bullshit with history, they all hence the name. The etymology is Cecil, ceasing in Sicily.
With the hand gestures, nigga.
Cecil, sassafras, get over on you. Sassafras, Cecil or sassafras. What is the root word of sassafras and Cecil? Symmetrics. It's all math, brother.
That's funny as shit. Nigga turned the nigga name into algebra, nigga. Show your work.
Equals sesame seed. See, this is where hamburgers derive from. Sesame seed Cecil of Sicily had a symmetrical shaver that he cut bread with.
What?
Nigga stupid.
Hence, sandwiches. Niggas be on bullshit, man.
Facts.
For one day,
It's like, you could told me his name in 2 seconds.
Yeah. How did it get here? Okay, what do we eat? Oxtails. Oxtails. What is this? This is an oxen, which is a cousin to a cow. Cecil lived in Oxian, Rome.
And he kept talking about oxymoron.
An oxymoron. What does the stars say? Look at the stars. Astronomor. What is astronomor? That was the street Cecil lived on in Rome. All this shit is connected and intertwined at a metaphysical level, brother.
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees. And but what they don't know is this: hemoglobin. What does that mean?
Watch this.
What street was Cecil living on in Rome? Okay, what crossed the major street? Sassafras, Guatemalas. What is that? Cousins to Mexicans. What is a Mexican? A mixture, brother. Cecil was a mixture of Guatemalan, Mexican, and black. He was a biracial baby.
What?
Yeah, that's the sense niggas be making. God.
Niggas be
God. Hey, man, another exceptional person. 1891, Stanford University accepted their first black student into the school. His name was Ernest Johnson. Ernest was admitted the same year the school was founded. So Stanford was progressive from the start.
another interesting fact, bro. Ernest Johnson, bro. He had a 3rd grade reading level?
Well, no, it was actually his father.
His father.
His father had a 3rd grade education, but was considered a high level intellectual because he was an expert on Shakespeare.
See, that's what I like right there. Like, that goes back to where I think Albert Einstein says you can't judge a fish by how high he could climb a wall. Because, you know, you could be an expert in something else. It may not be math. It may not be English. It might be finances.
Right. Now, Beverly Johnson, his mother, when Ernest was in grade school, opted not to allow her son to go to a black school, but forced him to accept him at a white school. So he got a education with middle class white people at the time of his, during his childhood.
I wonder how was that as a mom, you know what I'm saying, knowing like what she probably went through in her, in her heyday, you know what I mean, and dealing with the racism, knowing that her son is probably gonna get the best education, but at the same time go through the mental stresses of being called a or, you know what I'm saying, even being fought. So I think it's that was strong of her.
Yeah, I respect it. Hey, he initially applied to Berkeley. So he's supposed to go to Cal Berkeley, which is Stanford's rival. And then he met someone, a friend who actually was an abolitionist and a graduate of Stanford. And the abolitionist convinced the president of Stanford at the time to let Ernest into the school. So he opted out of going to Cal Berkeley and went to Stanford.
That's interesting.
Yep.
So he had 2 options right there.
Here's why you got to enjoy your life and do what you want, because he did this in 1895. He graduated from Stanford in 1895. Then he was accepted into Stanford Law in 1895. Did all his schooling, but died from tuberculosis in 1898.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he didn't really even get to reap the fruits of his labor, but he definitely got the gratification you're looking for if you're trying to do anything great by being able to prove to yourself that you can do it.
Hey, one thing I got from this too, man, he paved the way for a lot of other black lawyers, you know? Like, for instance, you know, one we all know, Johnny Cochran.
That's
the first lawyer that came off in my head when I hear that.
Even if you did it, he'll spin it.
Yeah, for real. If the glove don't...
If they catch you with a tank, nigga, he gonna get you off. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, real shit. Master P on that motherfucker.
Yeah, Johnny was cold. What was the worst experience for racism? Or what was your worst experience with racism?
Bro, the worst experience, bro. So, you know, I do the music reviews, right?
Right.
So me doing the music reviews, you know, I'm entertaining, you know, as me saying the word nigga. You know, like niggas, like, yo, that's just how we talk, you know what I'm saying? Without being racist or, you know, me having any kind of backdraft. You know, that's just the community we grew up in. So, you know, I do this artist, I do her review. You know, she's a white woman. So she comes to Inglewood. And when she comes to Inglewood, the studio in Inglewood, I come down there, I support, you know, because, you know, y'all been paying me money, you know what I'm saying, to support your, you know what I'm saying, play your music and shit like that, to support the platform. I was doing it for $5. So what happened was, while I was there, the first thing, so she was, the girl was in there performing. She was doing her song, you know, at the show in Inglewood. While I was out, while she was performing, her mom was outside waiting for her to get off stage or whatever. So I walk up, and she said, hey, what's going on, DJ Show? Mom's a white lady. She said, how you doing? I said, what's going on? How you doing today? She said, I love your show. She said, oh my God, I love the way you say nigga, 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 nigga on your show all the time. What? Me and my husband counted on our hands every time. I said, what? I was like, yo, show. I was like, so I didn't know how to react to that.
Right.
Any other nigga was like, oh, word? Hey, tell him what you told me. You know what I'm saying? It's a room full of black people, but she like kind of took me to the cut, and it wasn't really it was just caught me off guard. So
and this is one of your customers.
Yeah. So one of my that's one of my customers. So my girl, she pulled her to the side, like my jaw dropped because I've never witnessed anything like that before. So she grabs her, she's like, hey, yo, hey, never say that word again. You know what I'm saying? Because that could have went totally left for you, and that's very disrespectful. You know? So I recently had a conversation with her, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
And, you know, she was like, I guess she felt like, because obviously, if you saying that, if your mom's saying that, it's like, yo, it's probably the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So now I'm kind of cautious on you. Right. Because you in the world of hip hop, doing songs and shit with black people, you know, and black artists and shit like that. What are y'all saying behind closed doors? You know what I mean? And she was like, she didn't mean no offense about it. I'm like, look, listen, I'm pretty sure your mom's a very smart woman.
She gotta have black baby though, right?
Nah.
Oh, the girl is white.
White, bro.
Where they from?
The Bay. You feel me?
Yeah,
and so I'm like, bro, the Black Panthers and shit went out there. Come on, like, stop playing.
Black Panther?
But she not playing.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I'm like, you did that. She was like, yo, she didn't mean no offense by it.
She met all the offense.
All the offense, bro. I'm like, come on, we not. I was like, your mom is not 3. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't that be crazy if she was?
Yeah, come on now.
Baby got a fucking teenager.
Bro.
Oh my God.
How does a 3-year-old have a teenage daughter?
On some don't be a minute shit. hey, Dad, you know you can't go over this party. You got to be 18 and older. But nah, man, it just shocked me, bro, because it just took me for a spin. It's like, yo, I play your daughter music all the time. And first of all, you in this culture they call hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how dare you go ahead and be disrespectful by even addressing on, and you didn't even tell me nothing else you liked about the show, but the fact that I said nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? You make us laugh. You make me and my husband laugh. We count on our hands how many times you say nigga. I said, what? Like, yo. Like, bro, that shit like really like blew my mind when I heard that shit, man. Cause I've never, like, you remember when you said when somebody offend you with a smile? I think something you said like that. That was one of those things. It's like you like, bro.
Yeah, I've been through shit like that. Oh, you ever been around somebody like this motherfucker trying to set me up for a jack?
Yeah.
And they say shit, and you be like, could a nigga really think I'm that stupid?
Man.
Like, why would you ask me? Like, nigga, what?
Yep.
You trying to line me up, nigga?
Yep.
That's what the only thing worse than that is racism. I mean, that's the only thing worse than racism.
Man.
That's crazy.
When you figure, little kids trying to line you up is funny, because little kids is obvious.
Nah, facts.
You know, try to, how you been, Uncle? when you hear the ice cream truck, how you been, Uncle? You know what I mean?
Facts.
I like that. But when last time you had a female try to line you up?
A female try to line me.
This bitch is trying to put me. Are you trying to put me in the trick bag, bitch?
Nah. It wasn't really a lineup, but it was like an unawareness. So it was one time, bro. I was like off of Western and 82nd. Like me, I'm a square, so I don't. At that time, I really don't know. Like this hood is that hood. This hood is that hood, bro. I don't be in the streets. So I go over to her house. And when I go over her house, it's this big ass gate. And I met her off the internet. It was this shit called Tag back in the day.
Right.
So when I pull up or whatever, right, I can't see the steps, I can't see the house, but it's like one of them alley gates.
Yeah.
But it's on the main, it's on the side street, but it's like
grass on the gate?
Nah, it wasn't no glass. It was just
no
like
grass on the gate.
Oh no grass on the gate.
Okay.
It was like one of them metal gates, you know what I'm saying? So when she pulled it back, man, it was a stare full of niggas, man. I'm talking about Mel Gibson, pack of niggas. You feel me?
She was trying
like, it was a whole lot of niggas. So, man, I pulled up and shit, right? When I pulled up, I'm like, God damn. And by the time I pulled up, it wasn't no backing out, bro, because she was already closing the gate. So I'm like, God damn. So what I did to avoid everything, I don't look familiar because I'm not in the streets.
Right.
But I gave every nigga a handshake, like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Friendly
Like,
to the mind.
yeah, hell yeah, you gotta be friendly, man. Like in situations like that, you just gotta know how to move, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've never really like been in a situation where like
Any nigga that denies the truth is trying to line you up.
yeah, nah, facts.
They trying to line you up.
Facts.
Male, female, anybody denying the truth is trying to keep you in the dark
Yup.
on something.
I remember
I remember one of the homies from 7th grade, man. Nigga, name was Keyron, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say your name, nigga.
Wow.
So
We gonna say it then. Keyron, how you spell it? Keyron. Keyron.
So this nigga Key.
Oh, okay.
So you
His
know
mama
like,
had him down at the Home Depot in the key section, and they said, we got to find a way to commemorate this section. His granddaddy's name is Ron. Keyron. It makes all the sense in the world. Keyron. Middle name House. House Key.
nigga Cosby. But yeah, man.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So we go to the weed shop and shit, right? Nigga, I'm like, nigga, I ain't got my ID at this time, nigga. So I'm like, nigga left this shit at the house or some shit. I was like, yo, give me an edible. Nigga, I know they going for $5. You know, I gave this nigga 10. I know they going for $5.
Right.
This nigga got an extra edible and tell me they went up on the prices.
Oh,
Nigga,
yeah.
I'm like, nigga, I can't trust no niggas like this, man. I stay away from niggas like that, bro. Like, if they gonna take commission off of something you hooked them up on,
Yeah. Nigga try to charge you for your own shit.
man.
Like, you really... Nigga try to charge you for your own shit, man.
Niggas is crazy, bro.
Yeah, but shout out again to, what was this brother's name? Ernest
Yeah,
Johnson.
Ernest Johnson, yep. Shout out to him, black man.
Because of you, niggas are still going to school. You started this in California. You started this. You started that gangster shit.
And it's the motherfucking thing.
Thanks you get. I'm
Hello.
the first person to mention your name in weeks. I know they say you shit down at Stanford, but I'm saying you shit in front of a large audience. There's thousands of people on caffeine right now, Ernest. Your spirit should be happy than a motherfucker. Because of you, niggas are doing surgeries. Now that's dope when something you did, imagine if something you did today impacted somebody's life 150 years from now.
Man, facts.
Wouldn't you be happy
Hell yeah. Most
to have your
definitely.
name mentioned on a Mars podcast
Nah, real shit.
in fucking 25,
No,
26?
That'd be lit. I could see that happening. Like, you gotta understand, it's a nigga that right outside right now that who was that, Raymond Washington? Nigga invented the Crip Walk.
Right.
Like, that shit.
I thought he invented the Crips. He invented the Crip
It
walk
was
too?
one of them niggas around that time that invented the Crip Walk.
Right.
Now they didn't remix it, my nigga. That's something that's gonna live on forever.
Like,
That's what I'm focused on.
wait, hold on. The first thing you think about of being a mark on history is nigga that created the Crip.
Yeah, but that's
I'm about to
legendary.
smear off his lip gloss.
Look, Shamar Moore was.
Shamar Moore.
I was doing the Crip walk. Oh, he clowning. I should have smeared off his lip gloss.
Now, quick, no, Shamar Moore wasn't gangbanging.
That's hilarious.
That was an easy win for him.
Yeah.
That's like me making a diss record about Pauly Shore. What Pauly gonna do?
That's hilarious. So what happened was, you seen what happened though, right?
Who could you make a diss record about that you knew wouldn't say shit? Like you win that battle immediately, a star.
A star?
Like if you just got to dissing him, they would hear the record like, nah, I'm cool. I ain't gonna do it.
Who could I? Anybody.
I
think anybody can't fuck with me.
Oh,
so who would you diss?
Who would I, nigga, anybody, nigga, what did he say? What did the outlet say? I went from a bad boy to anybody killer?
Right. So you'll diss anybody?
Anybody.
With somebody else's lyrics.
You diss anybody?
Anybody. I go.
Will you diss Shirley Caesar?
Yep.
Oh.
I did. No, you know what I did?
What?
Nigga, why not?
Will you diss?
Nigga, I did Shirley Temple. Nigga.
Rest in peace.
Nah, yeah, but nah.
You say you diss anybody.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like hip hop is a sport, man. You know what I'm saying? See, that's one of the things, bro. I feel like that's one thing I wanted to talk about too. How hip hop back in the day, it was just a sport, my nigga.
You diss Suge Knight?
Would I diss Suge Knight? Yeah. Why wouldn't I? If I had a problem with Suge Knight, nigga, why wouldn't I? If I had a problem with a nigga. But I feel like Suge Knight is very, I feel like he's a smart guy. Like as far as, but nigga had a multi-million-dollar business at 30, bro.
Yeah, I mean.
Like 18 mil, nigga, at 30, that's crazy.
Would that be his advantage over you?
What is what?
Would that be his advantage over you?
What would be an advantage of?
Like his experience.
Oh, he's not a rapper. Like what you talking about? He's not a rapper though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say you diss anybody.
Anybody. But it's not I rather focus on my music though.
Okay.
Yeah, I rather say I could do it.
Who you think might get you in a battle?
Who might get me?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody fucking with me, man.
Todd.
What about Ink?
Ink? Yeah, she probably got it. She got me. I can't fuck with her.
You got me.
Imagine being in a couple, you and your girl both can rap, and when y'all beef, y'all just make diss songs about each other. Well, bitch, you should have cleaned the room on time and had my food ready and shut your mouth and gave me some, hey,
that'd be hilarious. We might have to, that might have to be our therapy sessions. That seemed like it might be therapeutic, man.
Somebody said Talib Kweli needs a good diss track. What did Talib Kweli do now? So if you and your wife was going at it because y'all about to be married soon, would you put out a record about her? If she dissed you, would you diss her back?
Would I diss her back? You stupid, sir.
The nigga is not gonna do it.
Well, me dissing I ain't about to do all that shit, man. If it was out of fun, hell yeah. If we agreed to it, like, you know what I'm saying, that's therapeutic.
What if your wife had to battle you to prevent you from divorcing her? Like, what if she had to beat you in a battle?
Battle Royale.
Niggas' bars would be crazy.
Nigga, hey, that'd be funny, nigga. You got a battle in front of a judge, nigga, and shit like that. They gotta have a scorecard like Freestyle Friday, nigga.
3 rounds.
3 rounds, nigga.
She have her homies, you had your homies.
That's hilarious, nigga. You got them hyping you up. Cause nigga, you ain't shit. Ooh.
What about the time? It'll be a lot of that. Well, what about when you just blaming each other for stuff?
That shit is funny.
You should have to battle your man to keep him, ladies. God. Elite-brained human in 1888.
That's dope as hell.
Robert Robinson Taylor.
And this is before all the AI and internet and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
This is when you actually had to do the math. You had to write the remainder. You had to fraction it out. You had to show your work across a scroll. And all the pens had feathers on the back of them. When this nigga was in college, pens had feathers on the back of them, and everybody wrote in cursive. Cursive was the AI.
Man.
Imagine living at a time when cursive was artificial. Motherfuckers thought the Holy Ghost was in a nigga's hand. When they seen him writing in cursive. The Holy Ghost in his hand. This nigga has specific Holy Ghost in his hands. He's writing in cursive with a feather on the back of his pen. A feathered pen.
That's hilarious.
That was status.
That was that.
Then right now, if a nigga would start writing in front of you with a pen that had a feather on the back, you would be impressed a little bit.
It's like, nigga, how? Like, nigga, what? You went out your way to pass up 16 CVS's, and nigga, to go get you a bird, nigga, with a
pen with a this nigga got a $100 pen.
Right.
Yeah, any pen with a feather on it got to be at least a note.
Nigga, that's the Bentley of pens right there, nigga.
Feathered pens. I don't know how the fuck we got here.
I don't know.
Oh, no, because you was talking about how this nigga was up here writing in class and shit.
He was writing in class.
Like, no, that's some real shit you have to think about, man.
Yeah, but here's a deeper thing. This brother was so smart. What's his name again? Robert Robinson Taylor was so smart that fuck graduating and getting a job. That nigga was so smart he graduated and started his own college. How the fuck you so smart you can sell the shit you just learned? I know all this shit. I think niggas want to buy it. I bought it. How come niggas don't graduate from college and start colleges?
That nigga started.
Doesn't that make sense?
Nah, that definitely do. It's like, hold up, man. These motherfuckers taught me. I could teach these motherfuckers to teach other motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
Learn how to make lemonade. And
I
then
took
you
to
get a
teaching
stand
well.
the same day.
Right.
What you say?
I said it's just like learning how to make lemonade. Get your stand the same day.
same day.
We can go outside. Fuck that.
Motherfucker taught me. I should be able to teach. Bam. I'm starting to college.
Nah, fact.
You should just be able to start a college. It's off top.
But he wasn't selfish. He didn't name it after himself. At least he's not a narcissist.
Well, he was hired as the architect at Booker T. My bad. He didn't start the college.
But he
Oh,
built the
built it.
motherfucker.
He built it.
Yeah, look, for that nigga to have one, that nigga got to build it. You feel what I'm saying?
He's like the real dad that took care of his kids and then died when the kid was like 15. Then the mother married a new nigga like a year later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she already know what to do because the other nigga that died taught her.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that scenario.
Damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
I lost what the fuck I was.
Wow.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, no, it made perfect sense, my nigga.
That happens.
It does. Well, wow. Shit's crazy. All I got to say is shit's crazy. You know it's going bad when you say shit's crazy.
Yeah, fact.
I don't know. I just shit's crazy.
I just
But the thing is this, though. The unfortunate thing about this whole situation, this is a fight between Disney and a fight between the state of Florida. And basically, what the state of Florida is fighting against is identity politics. What are identity politics? It's a tendency for people of a particular religion, ethnic group, and social background to vote the same way. All black people being Democrats or most is an example. A lot of rich people being Republicans is an example. They want to break up identity politics and they want to eradicate the failures of white people from the history books, the atrocities that have been committed, the disenfranchisement of non-white people. They want to act like it didn't happen.
Man.
And that's why I say the war is coming and you better choose a side.
Yeah, that's wild as fuck.
Me, I ain't in it. I'm not in it.
Damn, he's been in it and I ain't in it.
I'm not in it. Unless there's some real discrimination going on, I'm not in it. If somebody's been discriminated on, I'll fight for that. But I don't necessarily think that we should be teaching kids about homosexuality or any type of sex at a young age.
Yeah.
And it definitely shouldn't happen at school.
Right.
It shouldn't.
I'll let the kids be kids.
Let the kids be kids. But I'm starting to understand where the state of Florida and Ron is coming from. Even though I'm a big Disney fan, I don't understand why they support it the way they do. I understand fighting against injustice. We love you for that, Disney, but I don't get why you wouldn't fight for. In the run-up live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast, Disney announced that there would be an exclusively gay moment in the movie. They announced this. Audiences were disappointed to discover the moment was really just a moment. LaFau can be seen dancing with another man at the end of the movie for a split second. This set the tone for the rest of Disney's first openly gay characters.
Gaston.
But this was LaFau.
I know, no, LaFau was in love with Gaston.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Go down.
Yeah, this is crazy.
The Avengers Endgame. Go ahead, Sarah.
Avengers Endgame features the first openly gay character in the MCU, allegedly. But again, this character is not named and is only on scene for a short amount of time. In a scene featuring people mourning those who were lost in the snap, the non-superhero character, played by one of the screenwriters, Joe Russo, uses male pronouns to describe the man he was dating who was lost in the snap. After 22 movies, this first gay inclusion is expectantly overwhelming. Back to you, Craig.
Wow. Is Ron right? Toy Story 4.
No way.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Continued the trend of unnamed tiny moments of LGBTQ plus representation. When the two mothers dropped their child off at a daycare and later picked the child up or picked them up, whatever, on social media, the reaction to the moment was more positive than for some of the other moments on the list. But it still is a tiny moment that could easily be missed, with characters that are unnamed and have virtually no stake in the story.
Just so they drop it in.
Star Wars is like, they do it in every movie.
I missed this.
Go ahead, sir.
Director J.J. Abrams spoke out a lot before the release of The Rise of Skywalker about how the representation was strong in this, the final installment in the Skywalker saga. The speculation at the time was centered around Finn and Poe. Is Dameron? I don't watch Star Wars. As their interactions in prior installments seemed to go beyond friendship, and the actors John Boyega and Oscar Isaac had seemed to be supportive of the possibility of a romance between the two. However, all hopes were dashed as the representation in question turned out to be a kiss between two unnamed women.
God. Wow. Well, hey. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's 10 movies. We gave you a couple. This could be proof. If Ron is looking for proof that Disney has a gay agenda, this could be proof, right?
Even just recently, the new Thor, Love and Thunder.
Right.
The most recent Thor movie. The Rock dude, Korg ended up having a baby with another dude at the end of the movie.
Crazy. Hey.
What? Guardians of the Galaxies?
No. Thor. The last Thor.
Well, hey, look, man. And the other proof that Ron could probably use is that, hey, did you know that all the profits from Disney's Pride collection goes to LGBTQ organizations? 100% of the profits?
Well, that would make sense because I feel like they're trying to target that audience. You know what I'm saying? So when they target that audience,
that's an agenda.
Yeah.
Oh, the agenda been in place since.
And then it's like it's catered to them, you know?
Hey, I don't have no problem. That's their choice. They're a private company. I support everybody too. But Ron may be on to something. Does Disney have a gay agenda?
I was just talking about like from a business standpoint, you know what I'm saying, for money. You know what I'm saying?
That's a part of the agenda.
Yeah.
It's a part of the agenda.
Yeah, so they do have a gay agenda. They trying to get all the money from all people.
Yeah.
So Ron's counter to all of this support in the state of Florida for the LGBTQ community from Disney is this DEI defunding. So what Ron is doing is he's defunding all diversity programs in the state of Florida that fund any type of what the fuck is it? What the fuck is it?
It's diversity and equity and inclusion. So any type of program that targets on race, teaching race, identity, and certain types of history in class.
Right. So he's trying to basically control the diversity. He wants to whitewash Florida, and there's other states that are doing the same as Florida. I believe we have Louisiana and Tennessee. Are those the other two states on that map? Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, so Louisiana, Florida.
No. These are those are ones that are coming.
Yeah.
Florida. These are the black states.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are the states? Okay, the black states.
So it's 21 states who've introduced a bill. Now, their bill is not the same as Florida's. They're a little different, but they all have introduced DEI bills.
Yeah.
Man, white folks is bringing this racism back in such a creative way, man. Y'all better be careful. Y'all better be careful. God, God, God. God, God, God. You know, sometimes in life, people could pay people to beef with you. Like I think the job market pays black women to beef with black men. I think the job market pays black women to be for black men, because most black women make more than the men at work.
True.
So how many brothers do you know in happy relationships where the woman makes more money than the man? In the comments.
Oh, Cardi B. No, not Cardi B. What's that lady name? A$AP Rocky and
Rihanna.
You think A$AP is happy? He's dressing like his woman. She makes so much more bread than him that he has to dress like her to be with her.
I mean, he got 2 kids now. He didn't have kids before.
Right.
He wasn't tripping. I mean, now he got.
Well,
she got in vitro fertilization. They put his eggs in her.
He
He's a bitch. She make more money. He's the bitch. A$AP bitches should be his new name.
Well, can I
He
bring up
didn't fuck her to get her pregnant. He got in vitro fertilization. That's when they put 2 dookie balls in her ovary
that's wild.
and grew babies in them.
Test tube, baby.
Hey, Kevin
go ahead.
Kevin Federline was up too.
They paid him to beef his girl to beef with him.
You remember that nigga came up on child support and shit.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But
Remember his girl's making more than him, both of them.
Right. That's
Wait, wasn't he with Shar Jackson?
Yeah, Shar Jackson and Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah.
Shar was his baby mama before.
That nigga-
You haven't heard his name in a while. He's been living high on the hog,
yeah.
being a single father.
Really?
Salute to the dads.
And he's in the best possible scenario. His baby mama is rich and lost her fucking mind.
Right.
He gonna
Cha-ching.
get all that.
Cha-ching.
He getting all that. She's unfit.
Yeah.
All he got to do is go to court and say, this bitch is crazy.
He had a scheme. That nigga said,
Everything.
you know what? It ain't working. My background dancing ain't working.
Yeah, right. These knees.
Yeah, I can't do this.
Let me act like a nigga and fuck a white bitch's mind up. That's why she went crazy. She's never seen a white man pull off this nigga shit so successfully. I mean, Federline is the greatest actor in the world.
He was.
He even practiced on a black woman before he got to her.
Exactly.
What's the chick's name? Shar?
Shar Jackson.
That was all school for him. He was
Exactly.
studying.
And then and once
His major was Negro sex studies. If you're a white boy and you can have sex with a white woman like a black man would, she gonna go crazy like Britney.
Exactly. And once he locked in, he stopped working out. Now he just wears wife beaters and sweatsuits all the time. Fat.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Negro sex studies.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man, Federline. But what I'm saying is, I feel like society pays women to turn on men, and men don't know it.
Oh,
Your
man.
woman cannot respect you if she's out providing you.
Yeah, 100. What you think about? I don't know if you talked about it, but the Gabrielle Union and D Wade.
Oh, now Gabrielle Union talking about she going broke because D Wade only makes her pay 50% of the bills. If you don't sit your goof ass down,
What kind
you
of
ain't
bill-
supposed to be telling your business publicly like that. That's her way of trying to embarrass him like she's doing his son and put pressure on him to do what she wants him to do.
100.
She better make another movie. Shit, stop playing.
For real.
She's embarrassing the son and the father. What you
But-
how
And
you
the Holy
telling
Spirit.
people our personal finances?
But my thing is where. That's when you know, like D Wade had to have made what 200 mil when he was playing,
At least.
The house
like,
is like on the
what-
water or some shit.
More than that though.
and she made what maybe 50, 60 off her movie.
Nigga, she made 80 grand in her career. She been making $10,000 a year since. Dude, let's not act like she was a major. I mean, she always been beautiful, but we putting a lot on Gabrielle. D Wade is our age exactly. I know why you fuck with Gabrielle, because when we was coming up, that was one of the dope chicks.
Right.
He could have did way better.
I think she took him down a whole nother path.
She's a dark skinned Jada Pinkett.
To me, she's prettier than Jada Pinkett.
No, I'm talking about attitude wise. She punked Will and she punked
That's crazy.
D Wade.
Damn,
Is that-
he's worth 170 million.
He make her eat his ass, and she paying half the bills.
What?
What about Gabrielle?
Where you get this information?
You
Show.
didn't hear her talk about it?
Yeah, back in the day, that D Wade said that.
She worth 40 mil. Yeah, that money going.
Why would you agree to have? Why she knew the job.
What you mean you're going broke? You worth 40.
Ass eater.
Right.
What about your first husband is a nigga going broke? The A Train. Remember the A Train played for Michigan?
Yes.
That was her first husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at what happened to her first husband. Google his net worth. You worth 40. Let's see what the A Train is worth. One of my favorite running backs in the history of college football.
Hey, it better not be 10,000.
I don't know.
A-Train.
They got put in A-Train's net worth.
I gave her the first husband.
Okay, dude.
Damn, see, you don't even know that nigga by first name. That's how you know
That's
you
Chris
doing
Howard
that.
right there. Chris Howard right there.
Right, yeah, $6 million.
In 2017.
In 2017, 6 million. Oh, shit.
She worth 40. The A Train is worth 6, and he taught her everything he know. He taught her everything she know. That's why D Wade wouldn't grab her from him. They played big bank, take little bank. That's what Gabrielle and women like that do. They play big bank, take little bank, and if you got the big bank, you could take her from whoever got her, as long as your bank bigger than who she's with.
Oh, it just went down to 3.
See, every day Chris loses money. I'm sorry, Chris.
Refresh it again. Refresh it one more time.
You the one broke the bitch
You
in.
gonna say 100,000, nigga?
Nigga,
It did. It went down to 1.5.
Ah, damn.
Oh, man. It's getting worse every day, Chris.
Damn, that was 5 days ago, nigga. That nigga.
Why, Chris?
Nigga, the IRS is on his ass, nigga.
Why is D Wade saving these hoes, Chris?
That nigga like, I gotta sell everything, nigga.
Everything must go.
You just got to pay me to take my woman off my hands. D Wade should have paid for that. You know what I'm saying? If you take my woman from you, you at least got to give me everything I spent on her, and then you can have her from that day forward.
Right.
Take on my burdens too.
Return all the weaves back, all the extensions.
We have like a dick diary or something.
Hey, she'll be back up. Ain't she supposed to be in Bad Boys 4?
Was she gonna go right back up then?
Gabrielle.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not act like she's not a star. I just get disappointed in her disdain for black masculinity.
Yeah.
It's like you hate us.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hate us.
The nigga you hate. Ninja you hate.
What you got for us, show?
Man, so beef, man. What do you say? Beef is when you need 2 guests to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So look, that was a quote from Biggie. But look, so Lil Durk, man, he just said in the tweet, he said these labels up here trying to pay me to beef with other artists. He's like, I'm not doing that. Basically, I'm too authentic. You know what I mean? What do you say? I'm gonna read. Labels try to pay me to beef. I just can't fake it. I'm different and I'm unpredictable.
Shout out to Dirk for having some
integrity.
But that's he come from that real street background, like the real GD background, right? Or is it BDs?
I don't know.
One of them, but I mean, yeah, OTF I think is
OTF.
I think
yeah,
63rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like with that, man, I feel like dude be having a whole lot of problems as it is, you know what I mean?
Right.
To get in this entertainment shit, to feel like, you know, another nigga homie could off you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, bro, it's kind of crazy how I feel like the record labels was actually putting money into these things. And if you realize, if you do your research, they made billions of dollars or probably millions or billions of dollars of an artist beefing.
Yeah.
Because they said that's just the easiest way for promotion for artists to get their music out there.
Right.
Now, when you do that, these are the pros and cons. I feel like some of the pros is, you know, people want to be nosy, so they're going to go back and check out all the whole history, the resume, what happened. Like, you know, how did this start? You know what I mean? Now, the cons of that, and your career might go up or it might just be momentarily.
Right.
But I feel like the cons is, man, you got to watch your back, my nigga. You don't know who taking this shit serious, who faking the phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people take this rap shit serious, and they don't know when this shit is, like, for play.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
like, remember Quando Rondo?
Yeah, exactly. His homeboy got clapped.
And he said he didn't want to be part of the Crips no more. It was just too much.
Right.
That's
Same type of
crazy.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Everybody.
Oh, he quit the Crips? You can't
he
do
quit. He quit.
that. You
He got
can't
on
do
there and
that,
said
Quando.
he don't know
You
nothing
can't just
about
quit cripping.
like
you
them cats
quit
coming
cripping?
from different cities talking about 60s and Crenshaw, and he got out here and some niggas, you know, rest in peace to his boy, but they got him right there.
Like La Cienega or something?
Yeah, right down there, San Vicente area over there.
I see it.
Like close to Hollywood, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
And he got on things like, I'm done with this life. I don't want to be no Crip no more.
see the
Then
thing?
move.
Huh?
You gotta move. You can't be in LA.
Nah, the thing is, he did move, and when he did move, he just went and used that same energy he had from another state. But 60s out here is one of the biggest, gangs out here.
Yeah, well, you run into the gangs.
That ain't no gang. That's a small nation. I feel like the 60s could go to war with Guatemala. They got. I don't care where you go. You gonna meet somebody from 60s. You gonna meet somebody from Hoover. It's Hoover. It's just certain gangs that practice gang colonialism at a high level.
Right. Nah, facts. And it was just that, he went from the subdivision to come to the main, the Mecca. You know
that's stupid. Yeah.
It's like, bro, you could have quit when you was on your way out here. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that fake.
That's like being, you don't want to be Muslim, but you're going to move to Mecca.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts.
Brother, please.
Beef.
You feel me? So, and we know a lot of hip hop artists. I feel like back in the 80s and early 90s, it was kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? People would basically do it off of skill. Who got the best bars? LL Cool J, Kumo D, and all of them niggas when they used to go ahead, get on stage, beef, and they'll go home to their families. You know what I mean? Nowadays, bro, this beef shit has got out of hand. I'm gonna tell you like that. Like Chicago, for instance, Lil Durk, he already. They already say him and Von and some FBG Duck and all that other, documentaries is out. I don't even feel like a lot of these niggas is rappers. These niggas is killers that just adapted to the music. You know what I mean?
Music,
To diss a nigga, they just murk, bro.
Yeah.
They're not even doing it for the sport. They would just want to get their words out. The streets here, nigga. That's crazy how they use hip hop. You don't see no other artists like, rock and roll.
Put that up, Sarah, what I just sent you. Go ahead.
You don't see no other artists, slide, like rock and roll, Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
You don't see no rock.
Speaking of diss tracks,
Right.
do you know this has been going on in America since 1754? The first diss song ever released was Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, pick it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle picked it up.
George, look, Dr. Richardson Shuckburg was dissing George Washington and the colonial Yankee troops when he wrote this.
What?
And they got
During the
bars.
American Revolutionary War. The song was sung by British troops to mock the colonial troops with whom they served during the French and Indian War. By 1781, the song was used by Americans as an anthem of national pride. So they took a diss song and made it they shit.
Say what
real
we
talk.
That's like Biggie's song. That's like Biggie's kids saying, "I Hit Him Up" is my favorite song. I hit him up. First of all, fuck dad and the bitch he claimed.
Craig, real talk. Looking at this list right here, nigga, that Yankee Doodle must have stood the test of time. Nigga, it took 100 years.
What do you mean 100 years?
Look,
For the next
Nigga, this is almost almost 300 years ago.
for the next diss record was 100 years later.
Oh, 100 years later. Oh, okay.
that must have stood the test of time, my nigga. That's the greatest diss of all time. It lasted 100 years, my nigga.
Hey, what if this was,
that's real spill.
hey, what if this was Tupac just coming back, reincarnated every time just to diss a nigga?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Another diss song, 1863, Union Dixon. Daniel Decatur Emmett wrote this. It was a diss at the Confederate States of America. This is American Civil War beef.
I hear whistling Dixie.
Yep, parody of the minstrel song Dixie that extolled the supposed virtues of the South, including slavery. The parody, believed to have been a spread by the Union soldiers, instead mocks the South. Sarah, you're going to have to do the reading. Fuck that.
Hey, nigga, look, another damn near 100 years, nigga. The next song was dropped.
1938, Lagoda Fria. By Emiliano Zaleta.
Hey, man.
Emiliano Zaleta towards Lorenzo Morales.
That's a Spaniard E40.
Es muy porquito.
Like these.
Maricón. What does that say? Zuleta mocks Morales in the lyrics of the, what is it?
Zuleta mocks Morales in the lyrics for fleeing from an accordion challenge. What? The song became a standard and is one of the best known in Vallenato Repertory.
nigga challenged him to an accordion off.
And Pat started, he said, "Nah, I ain't ready. I'm not ready. My accordion ain't working.
My shit ain't tuned, motherfucker. I'm just saying, you gonna have to tune me. I'll just off the tune. You got me. Give me a couple days.
That's hilarious.
I got a hole in my pump, man.
Hey, give me 3 days.
Let me type my shit up.
Let me sell these 2 sachets of potatoes, and I'm gonna get back in.
Oh my God.
What's the next one?
It wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angel.
1952, 14 years later.
God damn.
Kitty Wells, dissing Hank Thompson.
Oh, this is country beef.
Oh, there we go.
Hank Thompson song "The Wild Side of Life." The song says that contrary to Hank Thompson's view on women in his song, "The Wild Side of Life," men are often at fault for adultery.
Wow.
That was, man shaming, women versus man,
We had 2 in 1971.
1970.
Oh, this is a hot year here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
1970 and 71. These are hot years here, buddy.
Oh, that's Paul McCartney's response.
And 72. And 72. So it started out first with Happy Family by King Crimson.
He dissed the Beatles.
Dissing the Beatles.
And they responded with the breakup.
The song is about the breakup of the Beatles in 1970 due to differing circumstances and direction and beliefs. Then you got Paul McCartney dropped his song, Too Many People. That's pretty much dissing John Lennon and pretty much dissing Yoko Ono and for the breakup. But then in 71, John Lennon came back with How Do You Sleep, nigga?
Nigga, how you diss me and sleep at night? This is bad. I just want to know how's your circadian rhythm? Is it?
And they came back with that. How do you sleep?
Nah, that was supposed to be how do you want it, nigga.
How do you sleep?
How do you sleep at night, nigga? How do you? Has there ever
Fucking with a rock band now, for real.
Oh, Paul, yeah, come on.
Hey, John Lennon was getting dissed.
Hey, everything.
He was an asshole.
We're going to skip to 72. So Steely Dan, only a fool would say that, was dissing John Lennon. I guess he was talking about Paul. The song he was dissing Paul. Then, damn, another song, Paul McCartney came back in 1976.
These Beatles were aggressive lads, weren't they? They fought, frazzled with people.
Hey,
Thug motherfuckers.
silly love songs, man. Paul McCartney and the Wings dissing John Lennon.
That's hilarious.
Oh, wow. I think that's why Michael,
Hey, 4 times dissed to Jackson 5.
Did they?
Yo, Afro not picked out.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Hey, they personal, nigga. Only a fool would say that back in the 70s. That was some shit.
The national
nigga, you say
anthem.
that.
The national anthem ain't on here. The national anthem is a diss to every other country. We are better. We are greater. We have.
Oh, yeah.
There was shit happening. We survived it. That's what the national anthem is.
And we got Braves. Y'all ain't got none.
So what are you talking about? Is greater than America? Do you realize that the land of the free and the home of the brave is one of the coldest lyrics ever written on
bars?
One of the coldest lyrics ever.
Bars.
But anyway. God. Hey, man, we got some bonus footage we're going to show you from a previous episode. God. Check it out. Man. God. You know what it is. The show with the funniest people in the world. KraigFacts, also known as Roast the Host. Whatever I want to call it today. Jay-Z, man, one of my favorite dudes out there, man. Nothing to something guy. A man you should respect. Y'all agree? Hell yeah, man.
Jay-Z definitely made something out of nothing. That's a fact.
He definitely did that, man. But recently, he was exonerated by a judge. The judge's name is, what is her name? Go to the top. Kimberly something. What is this lady's name who's exonerated title?
Oh, let's see here.
In a Delaware court, he was exonerated by Chancellor Kathleen McCormick. Now, let me not just put Jay-Z's name in here. He's the one doing all, he gets all the publicity. But Alicia Keys, Madonna, Kanye West, and Beyonce are all partial owners of Tidal, which used to be called Block. From Block to Tidal.
It's a stupid name.
So they bought in what, like 05, right? 05?
Right.
If Jay-Z buys in and Beyonce buys in, is that two separate buys in?
Yep.
Yeah, they're two different business entities for sure.
Okay.
That's double the money, or how they looking at it.
So what they were accused of, this is a two-part thing. So what Jay and Tidal were accused of back in 18 or 19, somewhere around that time, is fudging the streaming numbers. And they were accused by Norwegian police for fudging the streaming numbers. And the way you do this is with streaming farms. So the very rich will start a streaming service and then go purchase a few $1 million worth of computers, set up a stream farm, which is a bunch of computers in an area that's logged in to different shit, and they just stream all day. So the Norwegian government accused Tidal of doing this with their music streams to fudge the numbers to be able to sell the company for a higher price.
How little crime is going on in the region that they go, you know what I think is happening at Tidal? I think they fudging numbers.
They got to be fudging numbers, man, because there's no way.
Ain't no fudging way you're going to have these numbers.
There's no way that Keith Sweat outstreamed who's popping right now?
Sam Smith.
Yeah, Sam Smith. I mean, come on. Does he know somebody at the farm? There's no way Keith Sweat is out streaming Sam Smith in France.
That's just dumb.
How did Keith? It had to be something like that where they're like, hold on, people don't even know who Paperboy is in Iceland.
Did they find the farm?
I don't know if they found the farm.
So the whole police staff.
So here's the ironic thing about the case to bring it all together to those who may be lost.
Stupid.
So Norwegian police were accusing Tidal of fudging the streaming numbers. Okay. The company that invested or purchased Tidal, I believe purchased Tidal with these streaming numbers attached to the price of the company. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the company that purchased it was a collective representing the interest of the Coral County police pension. Is it Coral County?
Springs.
Coral Springs police pension. So the Coral Springs police pension bought a $306 million interest in Tidal. And the people in the pension said, hey, the motherfuckers managing this police pension don't know what they doing. They purchased this or overbought Tidal for a price that we didn't agree to.
So they should be going after the people, they pension people then.
So that's who they're suing. They're suing the people who represented their interest in the purchase of Tidal as a company. So the police in Norway are policing the streamers, and the police in America are in Coral County are policing the people that are supposed to be policing their investment.
There's so much going on.
That's a lot of
crazy.
policing.
But anyway, I mean, what I'm saying is this. I guess Jay-Z is supposed to be really good friends with the person who purchases for Block or purchases, things for this fund. And that's some of the things that are being mentioned in the lawsuit is that, hey, Jay-Z's relationship with this guy who represents our interests may have corrupted his decision-making process. So they were able to adjust the purchase of the fund down from $306 million down to $237 million, I believe. So they went from owning a 87.5% interest in the company, or 90. I forget what. Go down, go up. Let me make sure I'm saying the right number.
87.5. They
went down to an 87.5 interest in the company from 100%, and that took the price of it down to $237 million. This sounds like a relationship-based hustle.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, if I got a friend and I'm a buyer for something and my friend can conduct good business and he has a product, I'm definitely going to give my friend an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I see anything wrong with this.
Where's the loss?
Because where does the law say that I can't buy 50,000 computers and run up the numbers on my fucking music?
I mean, that's true.
But who's losing in the end?
Nobody's losing except the stakeholders except the police pension fund of Coral County, because their money is being spent to buy a product at a higher price than what it's worth. So they're losing.
unless once they buy it or once they own it, they just keep the farm going or double up on the farm, right?
Right.
So ergo, what is the problem?
Why don't we have more streaming farms? I've heard of Bitcoin farms where they have Bitcoin farms. They have a big ass processor, a big ass computer, and they can program this computer to buy Bitcoin high or low and sell high. You can actually buy some of these things for like 20 grand.
I mean, I know it's going to be against the law somewhere. It's because when somebody's not rich or wealthy becomes wealthy, they're going to frown upon it. Right. They're going to make it against the law. We know this.
Right.
If it was 2 wealthy individuals or 3 or 4 involved, it wouldn't be a problem.
Here's the cold thing about it. At the distribution level of everything, the game is rigged. That far high up. Competition only happens to the people the resources trickle down to, because we got to compete for what they let come down to us.
Yeah, they don't want the trickling up top.
Yeah, up top has to be stable. We don't have to work hard here. We create the labor for you guys to work, and you fight over the job. You 1,000 people fight over these 20,000 jobs.
Yep.
That's the system. It'll never be different. The distribution level of shit will always be rigged. It's like, when you try to fight a fight on that level, it's like a parent, it's like a 5-year-old arguing with their parent over control of the house. No, motherfucker, you lucky we letting you in the house.
Yeah, right. You're gonna lose every time.
I don't want to know about shit happening that high up. I'm not interested in changing the world on that level. My interest is in the common man and making sure we get treated fairly. But there's really nothing we could do that. There's no human powerful enough to change shit that high up, I believe.
I agree, because if you're that high up, you don't care about my interest anyways. No matter if you can say you can disagree with it, but it doesn't bother you enough to do anything about it.
And Jay, look at all these people. These are all high-level influencers on this stage with title.
Yep.
They're only faces.
Yep.
If you think that Jay-Z is powerful enough to do things at the distribution level that could change your life, you're highly mistaken.
If you think he wants to change level,
you're highly mistaken.
Because the distribution level affects him in a positive way. So why would he want to change it?
Rich kid, rich.
He's just in between where the money is coming from and where it's going.
Right.
They say, hey, a lot of people love you. We got to run this play. We going to pay you just to be the face of it. 99% of you niggas is going to do it, and stop acting like you wouldn't.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, I wouldn't. Yes, you would too.
Right.
You do it every day.
Every day.
You go work for somebody else's interest every day. The job you have, that ain't your interest in life.
Nope.
That's something you're doing because you don't know how to do it on your own.
Yep.
I don't even know if that's a real term, doing it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, you can podcast, but what if somebody wasn't making the mics? What if somebody didn't have the computers? You know what I mean? Like,
what if there's no whatever?
Show me an organic podcast, and I'll show you a weirdo. Just somebody in the wilderness podcast.
He's just outside talking out loud
with tree branch shaped mics, and nah.
Yeah.
How many people you got listening? I don't know.
Got an audience.
This is an organic cast. Whoever the wind blows here, who my fans are.
Oh man,
yeah, that's crazy. I wonder what's gonna happen with this.
Nothing.
Nothing's gonna happen at all.
Nothing.
Yeah,
if anything, there's gonna be a air quote settlement.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be it. Nothing's gonna happen.
Or
food is here.
There's too many people that are involved.
Right.
Or someone's gonna die mysteriously.
That could happen.
Damn.
I think it's gonna be a settlement of some little bitty sort of, and they're gonna benefit off of it somehow.
Yeah, for sure. You know how it go, man. Business.
It's big business.
Business. That's it.
It is. It's big. It's big business.
Big business never loses. That's why they're big.
Hilarious.
Wow, that was scary. Big business never loses. Big business can't even squeeze by the cameras.
That nigga crazy to the right by the screen. Big business.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's funny.
God.
Would you sell? Like if someone came up to you and was like, "Yo, Craig, we want to buy your podcast.
Yes.
But we can control. We gonna go back and edit stuff too. Don't worry about what we gonna put it in though. Right. What we gonna have said. Would you still sell? Depending on the amount of money.
It depends on how much they owe me. I mean, yeah, how much they offer me. If they offer me a good sum of money, I may do it, but I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing. Right. I would put a non-compete where I can still do it and do what I want to do. But
what if they edited like? Cause you know niggas is crazy with that editing now. Man, they can put all kind of you saying gay stuff and niggas chiming in like right.
I saw it showed some celebrity names like Anna Nicole Smith. It said Lucy Liu, Joy.
Bobby Brown. We got to deal with this. Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
In the 2016 interview with Robin Roberts, child pop star turned R&B legend Bobby Brown admitted that he had sex with a ghost.
Cap.
My bad, Isaac.
No, you good. No, by all means.
How do you know you had some ghost pussy?
This is my wife, Whitney.
Oh, God.
She returns from time to time.
Yeah, I mean.
Wouldn't that just be considered jacking off?
It was Wendy and I
mean, apparently.
Wouldn't that just be considered masturbation?
Apparently.
No, because you got to have your hands on it. What if he's actually hitting some pussy?
I mean, but I think it's like a wet dream, how they say sometimes you can ejaculate when you're sleeping. You know what I mean? Maybe they're feeling like they're actually having sex with a ghost spirit. Or maybe the ghost really is fucking them.
Right.
Is that possible?
Go back. The Bobby Brown explanation was there. He said after purchasing a really spooky mansion in Georgia, he woke up one night to discover he was being mounted by a ghost.
I'm not going to lie.
After the crack.
The ghost of cocaine.
I would definitely go to this house if it's just over here riding.
Look, you ain't got to use no rubber when you fucking a ghost.
Hell nah.
Once you skeet, where does it go?
Yeah, well, I mean.
Don't they say with every sexual partner you exchange their energy?
Yeah.
So now you got ghost energy?
You got ghost energy.
Yeah, this nigga got bodies in the afterlife. This is crazy.
Whoa.
All them dead bitches, nigga.
Do those count? Like fucking a ghost, does that count as a body?
Does it count on your body count?
It counts as a spirit.
It's a spirit. Wow. So if you knock down a broad in the afterlife, is that like knocking down one of God's angels? Like, how does that work?
I mean, here's what I'm saying.
It's like a double sin.
Well, an angel has wings, so technically you're hitting a bird person.
You're hitting a bird.
Wow.
I'm just saying because
a bird person.
If you out here having premarital spirit sex,
Oh, my God.
you double sinning.
Double sinning.
That's fucking hilarious.
He said he was mounted. I mean, this ghost rode him.
Yeah.
The head has to be heavenly. I mean, you must shoot streets of gold out of your penis if an angel sucks your neck.
Man, that must be the best.
You know what I said? You got to be like mad looking at a human bro like, ugh. You didn't do it like the heavenly bro.
Right.
Fuck them ratchet gargoyle bitches. I'm on angels tonight.
Man, that must be special.
Okay.
So if you're an angel, I guess everything is smoother then. Like there's no teeth. It's all gums.
All gums.
Wow.
But what if it's not an angel?
What you mean?
What if it's a devil, a demon? You're getting fucked.
But they
by
sound like they enjoyed it though.
That doesn't mean you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, huh?
How you figure that?
They said like they didn't seem miserable.
Do you know how many broads out here is demons that will fuck the soul out of you?
But you enjoyed it.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
You enjoyed the demon spirit. You had no idea it was a demon. You fucking.
It was too late to know now. How, you don't ask because you're woke. If you're sleeping, I'm assuming.
What if nut is the ghost?
What
if nutting is? What if nutting is freeing ghosts from your body? Like, what if that's
You
why?
stupid.
Like, I'm saying, what if your nuts are?
They technically would be a ghost.
Your nuts are a
because
ghost
if you
prison.
shoot it out in the open, nothing happens to it.
Right.
But if you put it in a woman, it can become that ghost. Hits that becomes a person.
So the sperm is the ghost.
The sperm is the ghost. That's what I'm saying. What if
I still need to know where it goes though? Because if I'm sitting up right
on you,
nuts might be.
Then that's not a ghost because it has to go into the ghost vagina.
No, because when I'm fucking, I'm pulling out. It's going to be.
You're not pulling out though. It's a ghost.
Nuts are
What?
Nuts ain't nothing but a spirit penitentiary.
Explain it, please.
That's where spirits get locked up. So if you fucking ghost in your sleep, that's actually a prison break occurring to you.
Damn.
What?
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
A spirit broke some nut out your dick.
Oh, my God.
So if you nut and it gets on you, does that make like it's a A Ghostbuster? A Ghost Break?
Oh my
Oh my God.
Oh my
Ghostbuster.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this.
There can't be humans fucking spirits for real. This has got to be clickbait.
I will say that, but that's a lot of people that said it.
That
though.
says it also. The girl from the real what show was that?
Oh,
Joy Ahart, whatever.
Earhart.
She said it too.
Ahart.
Huh?
Who's that?
Actor Paz de la Hurt. I could tell by her name. This bitch got a comic book name.
Yeah.
Who starred in Boardwalk Empire and my favorite obscure trippy movie, Entered the Void
Of her ghostly rendezvous. What?
Was no random old spirit. Go down.
There's a broad named Amy.
Keep going.
Well, it's right there. It says De La Huerta.
Go to somebody we would recognize.
Hold on. She's explained 2011 about her experience with the King of Rock, Elvis Presley. Oh, so now you fucking Elvis.
I was with you until it was Elvis.
She on drugs.
So you knew who the ghost was too.
That's crazy.
Come on, man.
That's that crack.
This definitely got to be clickbait.
What is Coco talking about?
How you know the ghost? She's a cheating whore then.
She's saying she was TV personality, amateur ghost hunter. Coco Austin described her experience was an unwanted advance.
She's a cheating whore. She's with Ice.
On the talk show Naughty But Nice, Coco claimed that while she was watching TV, she felt her nightie being pulled up and felt breathing in her ear.
That was just the local fucking
She's
perv.
a cheating whore.
That was the local perv.
She's married to Ice Cube, Ice-T. Because if my broad gets touched by a ghost, we're breaking up.
If you had a gun on you and a nigga you didn't know, or just a nigga in general, blew in your ear, what would you do?
Oh my God. That's messed up, man. How do you answer that? I ain't answering that. Damn.
The nigga just walks behind you and blows in your ear.
He's got a gun next to you, though, right? You got a gun in your head, right?
Oh,
You got a gun in your head.
Oh, I thought you said you had the gun. I was like,
You got a gun. Say you got a gun.
This nigga getting pistol whipped.
I got a
this
gun.
woman here.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it say? Woman who had sex with 20 ghosts. Yep. Come on.
Now engaged to a spirit.
This whore found one. She found one though.
So you went through 20 spirit dicks.
Please, player. I want to hear. I want to hear this delusional woman's logic.
This is definitely clickbait. 20.
I mean,
it's the spirit dick. It's supposed to be the best.
She's on TV. She's on a talk show.
One second. Let me get this for this. You're listening.
I don't believe it.
If your girl being fucked by a ghost, is it a threesome if you join in?
Yeah.
God.
And how did she know it wasn't a lesbian ghost?
How did it? Right.
With a lesbian strap on.
This is a real presence in your life. Your spiritual guidance constantly. You're used to this sort of thing. You open up channels to the other side.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me get this so the people out there can hear it.
So
1 second.
So is the pussy still tight like a virgin because it's ghost dick or?
Oh God.
So do studs spirits have their strap on still?
Are the ghosts?
Here we go.
This is a real presence in your life. You're a spiritual guidance constantly. You're used to this sort of thing. You open up channels to the other side.
I do, yeah.
And this is a channel that, you really connected with.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Yeah. This person, this presence, can you tell us anything about him, her, it?
Him or it?
I refer to it as him because that's easier.
Yeah.
It's very ancient, very wise, very kind.
Has been on the planet before?
I would say for a very long time, yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you first encounter this presence?
Has been dating a ghost for 6 months.
Australia, and I was taking a walk out in the bush, and just suddenly it approached me.
Oh, did it?
And is this something you can see or just something you
No,
feel?
something you feel. So, yeah, just like an emotional, sort of physical presence.
Why was this one different? Because you've had these kind of encounters before, as Eamon said, you're a medium. So why was this so personal? Why was the feeling different for you?
Because I fell in love with it, I guess.
This is the most extreme case of narcissism I have ever seen.
None of us expect to hear this story. Did you expect this story to happen in your life, doing what you do as a spiritual guidance counsellor?
And is he with you right
Not
now?
at all.
Exactly.
No.
So tell me, when you and he talk, what do you talk about?
It's really difficult to explain
Because you don't talk.
in terms of normal, like, earthbound relationships.
Earthbound.
That's where you
Deeper than that,
left.
we don't have a need for conversation. It's more just like
Sex.
about emotion and feeling and
And
connection.
pounding.
But
You
you
don't
may be,
use
you may
words
be,
at
you
all,
may
no.
be feeling and connecting a bit more than, more than that, because you feel that you're going to connect to such a degree. Am I right that you will have a spiritual or physical baby?
I hope so.
She's
Spiritual or
Mary.
physical.
She's a newcomer of Mary.
I would hope physical. I don't. So I've been looking into phantom pregnancies. And I
Getting
believe
madder.
that a phantom pregnancy is actually a real pregnancy, but you have a phantom inside you rather than a human baby.
I thought a phantom was a good ghost.
That's what
I
she
thought,
And
good
the
actor.
reason we don't ever manage to carry those to full term is because the people that have them don't understand this or sort of comprehend that that's possible. But I'm hoping through understanding what's going on with my body, I'll be able to,
Would you actually mean
Would you be able
I wish
to
we could
Oh, you
track
can cut
her.
it. You can cut it.
I wish we could
physical
track her
baby? Is that
down. I have a lot of questions.
Can we get the audio on that when we do it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's crazy.
Hey, bro.
There was so many things that we should pick apart in that little segment. Did you hear what a phantom baby?
I should have a phantom
I have a
inside.
phantom baby inside.
He asked. She was like, "Well, we don't talk. So, do ghosts do the pound out?"
I mean, so if it walked
Why
up
is the
next
bed rocking? There's nobody in it.
But what happens when it walked up next to you? Like, the shit didn't introduce itself. It just walked up and like, fuck it. Like, hi, you're in Australia.
Okay.
It walks up and talks to you, right? Next.
No, it didn't talk. Remember,
But what, it's
she
walked
felt
to
it,
you?
and it touched her pussy.
This is technically rape, sexual
Yes.
assault.
Right.
Who you gonna arrest though?
I know you're in here somewhere. Show yourself.
It's got to be a dead police force in the sky.
So how would you feel? In her logic,
Right.
we we sitting at the podcast. We invite some new nigga, right?
Right.
Oh, my bad. We invite this new dude. Dude sitting over there. All of a sudden, his pants just opened up.
He just dick out. He's like, I'm getting ahead. Nigga, no, it's just a dick out. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Now I'm getting ahead.
But
The
he's
ghost
sitting
is
there
sucking my
enjoying
dick.
it.
I can't stop it. Nigga, did you see me reach down and pull my shit out?
It's just a
That's what
dick
I'm
out.
saying.
I just got raped in front of the homies.
Oh my god.
No, you.
She said that sometimes she get the feeling that she's being moved.
She also
She
said,
says orgasms I have with my spirit lovers have been way more satisfying.
I hope to have a phantom baby. Well, that's what I have. I have a phantom baby.
Yeah.
But I'm saying she can technically do that. She could just go to the hospital, act like she's in labor, kick her legs up, act like she had a baby. Like she could create a phantom family.
Listen, I like how the dude was like him, her, it, they, like he was still trying to be correct in your pronoun.
He was an asshole. Speaking of contacts, it's just
What?
That's crazy,
She
man.
said on her way back from Australia, that's when they first had sex.
Yeah.
On the plane.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I'm so bored. I'm fucking myself.
I would love to have been on that
her.
flight.
Hey, bro, I don't know how she got on the regular news, but this is proof. If you got a game plan, you can execute anything.
You see it through.
Nigga,
And now look, she's on TV.
how long do you think it'd take you to make it to TV if you really acted like this? Like
For
you
us,
had, like you was. I'm
We'd be in jail.
Well, yeah, but I say no. We're in a crazy house. There is no TV for us in America.
I think we should try something.
That's English shit.
Everybody should pick a weird thing and we should just promote it on social
and
media.
see who will blow up first.
Yeah.
How that happens though. That's how niggas blow up.
I'm gonna be in here like, no, for real, son. Listen, I was getting slobbed up last night.
This ghost bitch pregnant, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Telling you, man.
I like to refer to her as Stud Ghost.
No,
She's a beautiful stud.
By far the weirdest thing. She says, sometimes I get the feeling I'm being moved.
I was getting so mad. The more she talked, the more I was getting
It
angry.
was your body moving itself, is what it was.
Nigga, everybody
That's what I'm
moves.
saying. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, this is crazy.
You know, but she ain't the only one though.
Yeah.
Even Lucy Liu,
Lucy
the actress
Liu.
said it.
Bobby Brown's the one that pissed me
What
off.
did Lucy Liu say?
She said this shit was fire.
Yeah, she said, yeah.
Okay.
Weekly.
In 1999, my favorite Charlie's Angel and ass-kicking assassin, it sounded like, never mind. Lucy Liu told us weekly that she got busy with a ghost while taking a little nap. Go down.
I just took a nap.
She described her experience with the spirit as sheer bliss and even claims that her former love, Spectre, watches over her now as a guardian angel.
So he watched you get smashed by another spirit?
No. That was the spirit, right? And
no, he said watches over her.
Yeah.
She didn't say he did it.
I didn't know Anna Nicole's mouth looked like this.
It's gross.
As a kid, we always thought she was the baddest white chick.
She's not.
I tell you what, if you take a nap, it's probably because you're extremely tired and you wake up feeling better.
Yeah.
That don't mean you just had ghost sex.
So
right.
What if it's true, right? And there is ghost sex.
When I'm going to sleep now, nigga.
You think that ghost would be the best ever? Because you gotta think all them years of knocking bitches
centuries
down, of just putting your dick down.
Yeah. You've been knocking them down since 1806 or 1 AD. BC.
1 AD. You know every which way in which how to place abroad.
Right.
So yes, you're not wearing a condom if you're a spirit. The condoms wasn't invented back then.
No, they were not.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Great story. God.
Sex with a ghost kind of threw me off because when I read the article, it said sex with a ghost. I thought I was familiar with it because I had sex girls and get ghosts. But then I realized that it wasn't about that. It was about people who actually feel like they're being pounced on, rubbed on, sucked on, fucked on by a ghost. I don't know how that feels because I ain't never been ghost fucked. You know what I mean? I've also got ghosted from being fucking a girl. I guess she ain't like it. But the bottom line is, anyone out there fucking ghosts, do you strap up? Do you not strap up? Can you get pregnant? Can you not? One way or another, you're in the spirit world. So I'll bless your spirit. God bless you.
So they say, I was ready to call it all lies. I was like, there's something white people say when you're having sex with ghosts. And then they said, Bobby Brown, the beloved man who did My Prerogative, live my life, had sex with a ghost. Now, if you've seen him in the recent performance with the rest of his old band members of New Edition, he looked absolutely terrible. And if this is what sex with a ghost means, I don't want no part of it. I do not want to be that big on stage where I can't even move. Everybody else is dancing and moving and singing. He's sitting there going, that's probably the ghost cutting off his esophagus.
I guess people is out here having sex with ghosts. I mean, I feel like this is something that can't be explained without a Budweiser in your hand. So I was back there fucking on a ghost. Like, you can't explain that unless you got 2 Budweisers in your system. How you having sex with a ghost? Like, what's the risk? Because what makes sex great is the risk you take to do it. Oh, I'm fucking this guy's wife. Oh, I'm sneaking in her closet and I'm fucking her while her children, you know what I mean, are sleeping. Oh, you know what I mean? So what makes sex great is the fact that most times you're doing it, you ain't supposed to be doing it. We're fucking in the car. Oh, we're parked in the park 1 block from the police station with the window down, and we're fucking, and she's as loud as she can be. But fucking a ghost, that's beyond, like, excitement. Death is beyond excitement. I feel like when we get to the afterlife, people aren't excited. They're like, oh my God, we did. This is crazy. Woo, this is a great. Like, I feel like in the afterlife, niggas is just like not fucking. Now, that's how dumb human beings are. They don't understand what death means. That's something that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? That's something we don't really know about. Anybody saying that they know what happens after death is just guessing. And I'm pretty sure that fucking is the wrong guess to happen after death. That make it definitely pussy. When we alive, we kill pussy. When we're dead, we haunt pussies. God. Hey, welcome back, man. This is a freaking disturbing story. California man kills his brother, torches home, and dies in police shooting.
Damn.
Whose topic is this? Ours or whose topic? Everybody.
Yeah, all about it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. He drove from California to Utah to kill his own brother. Shows up to the door. First thing he says is, "Mom here."
Because he didn't want to disrespect his mother.
Because he didn't want to disrespect his mother. I don't know if a mom can stop this type of anger. This man drove 1,000 miles to kill his own flesh and blood, his brother, shoots his brother's wife as well, sets the crib on fire. As the police pulls up, he just starts shooting at the police. Before the police get there, neighbors heard him on the phone telling somebody on the other end, empty out all my bank accounts.
Damn. Well,
what caused this?
And that's some real deep hatred for your brother. If you asking for your mother not to be there so you can smoke your brother 1,000 miles away.
Because was he not going to shoot him if the mom was there?
Maybe.
Mama, I need you to step outside.
Mom, come on, mama. Come with me, please. I love you so much, mama.
I don't want to get a whooping.
It's at least...
I can't do this in front of mama. I don't want to get a whooping, man. Fuck that.
At least 700 miles to get from California to Utah.
Yes.
It's about 12 hours.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. If you do the speed limit.
5, 10, 50. So that's like let's say about 3 to 4 fill-ups.
Right.
You know how angry you have to be to keep that same anger?
being that you have it's a marathon of anger.
Yes.
So you have to level it. Day one, you got to just be chilling. I mean, you know what I mean? First 3 hours, you chilling.
Yep.
But you had to be that mad first to get you to go, that's it.
Right, and calm down.
I'm gassing up.
Again.
I'm going.
Calm down. Get angry.
Oh, and he had to stop and get snacks, so you're not going to go that long without eating.
This motherfucker think I ain't going to drop. He talking to himself and chewing. This motherfucker think I ain't going to kill him.
Right.
He definitely has some chewing tobacco and some beef jerky.
You going to steal my Babe Ruth baseball card and don't think I'm going to find out?
You got to appreciate the tunnel vision, though.
Yeah.
Because he's going for that one reason. No matter what is happening along the trip, I'm focused on killing my brother.
This sounds like he was stolen from.
Yes.
How much, though? I know it doesn't say, but...
It's abroad.
And then he tried to kill the dude, his brother's wife, his sister-in-law.
Maybe that used to be his chick. Do we know?
This is something happened.
Something
maybe when Pop died, brother stole all the money, but something is bigger than just killing his brother. Look how focused he looked.
Focused. And he came with what? You said what, Craig, 23 guns?
He got them in the bag.
He had 18 fully loaded handguns. No, 23 fully loaded handguns. 150 rounds of shotgun bullets.
Yeah.
What else is that? There's some other stuff.
So he was prepared to take on the police.
You know what I appreciated, though?
What?
And it might sound evil, but I appreciate the fact after you shot them, you didn't run away. I want you to have to deal with the police now. I want you to have to.
He had 12 shotguns.
Blast at him back. Yeah.
And he tried to set the house on fire. Well, he did. He tried to burn the house
with
down.
Flares, right?
Street flares.
Street flares. So when the cops came up, he could hide behind the smoke. It's a motherfucking gangster.
Man.
But they shot and killed him.
I mean, that's the way. But either you're shot and killed or you're going to prison for life. I'm being shot and killed.
White men like this only get mad for 2 reasons: insurance, baseball cards, comic books. You know what I'm saying? Something goofy.
It was something,
Yeah.
Nothing normal.
Yeah.
But to drive from California to Utah.
Yeah.
By the time I got to Utah, I'm like, it's been 30
exactly.
I got every gun I own in my fucking car. Do I really want to make another 10-hour? No.
Right.
If you made it to Arizona, I'd be like, bro, I'd have probably just got a hotel room, made a day, and then came back home.
I wonder why his brother moved to Utah.
I don't know.
Because he took the wheel money and moved to Utah. Said, I'm safe. And his brother said, no, you not.
That makes sense why he would try to burn it down.
Yep.
Think about it.
I'm taking your life and everything you own because of me.
But the first thing he said was, hey.
Is mom home?
Is mom here? No.
Is my mama here? All right, cool. Bow!
Yeah.
And the brother answered with, you know she's in Tennessee.
And then he pulled his strap out.
And shot.
He did answer with, she's in Tennessee. He really didn't want to do this shit in front of his mama.
Right.
Man, that is.
And the way he answered with, she's in Tennessee.
Wait,
that's
here's my
very
thing.
Assholey. So
he had a Ring camera. Yeah. Why did you open the door?
I'm assuming he didn't think my
you
brother.
Saw it.
No, he didn't know. The gun was hidden in his waistline.
How would you take that if he was like, is mama here? And he was like, and she was there. And he was like, if mama wasn't here, I was finna kill your ass.
Right.
He wouldn't take that serious.
You know what I'm thinking? He was probably the house owner, the one who got killed. He was probably the older brother. And said, what you gonna do about it, punk?
Yeah.
And moved to Utah with his wife and his money or their money.
Right.
And he showed up.
And that little brother said, you know what? I'm tired of being the bully, getting bullied.
He showed up there, man.
And normally brothers kill together. When brothers kill each other, that is crazy.
And
Cain and Abel.
It's just funny that these men are in their 50s and 60s. Talking about his mom here.
His mother here. His mother alive.
That's weird. If they would have been black, I'd have been like, I get it, because we have more respect for our moms than they do.
Right.
But
he loved his mama.
He killed. But the sister-in-law.
She did?
She survived.
She survived?
We don't know how, but.
I mean, that's.
I would move out the country if I was her.
But I mean, he's dead now. Why? Doesn't matter. He did.
I wouldn't trust it because his ghost might come around and have sex with her.
Well, he's definitely gonna be ghost fucking his brother's wife.
Yeah, absolutely.
They better. She gonna be with a new nigga. She like, man, that's this nigga. That's man.
Yep.
He don't care. He's like, she was mine first.
How many times have you called a bitch fucking a ghost and didn't realize it?
I wonder.
You thought she was just breathing heavy in her sleep. It's a ghost in
Every
the bed.
time, I
Dustin,
think.
because you don't know.
No, you don't know.
He's
The bed
waxing.
don't rock when the bitches get fucked by ghosts.
He's waxing it,
I mean,
and I'm
and-
just sitting there.
I mean, they do say there are spirits around us at all times, right?
Right.
I mean, what if
I've
your
been
broad
cheated
gets
on a
knocked
lot.
down? Yes, I'm saying.
I wake up and she just up already. What
Hey.
you doing up?
Right.
Dirty broad. You was cheating on me this whole time.
I ain't been at the house. Then. I mean, you been cheating.
Imagine the spouse of the ghost.
Ooh.
Like, well, if you wanted to be alive, you should have fought for your life, okay?
Man.
We'd be alive if you was more of a man.
You're more a man, you'd be alive, but you with me.
Right.
And he's like, see, this is why I go get with these brothers. They don't say nothing like that. You know what I mean?
These regular bitches don't fight a nigga like we fight.
That's crazy.
How do ghost couples argue?
Yeah, I was wondering that. Can you fight in the afterlife?
It just be two winds interchanging with each other. Like, how do ghosts show discord with each other in their community?
If they having sex, they throwing discord. They throwing hands. Ghostly hands.
How do ghosts disrespect each other?
You be like, you about to get these spiritual hands.
Ain't no black eyes or scraped knees or broken jaws or getting knocked out as a ghost. You're already knocked out.
Right.
You just know you getting the ghostly hands put on you.
Is there a ghost neighborhood watch? Like, is there a community for ghosts?
Oh my
Just think
do you
like
live in a community?
Who's the head of the organization?
Because when John Bones Jones passes away, he is going to be mopping people up.
Oh
in
yeah.
heaven.
That's gonna be- Why these pitchers keep falling over in this arena? Bone Jones just fight here. Oh
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
that is.
But I thought that when you died and stuff like that, that bond was broken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get married down here, like, y'all don't stay together in the afterlife.
Right. I think so.
I don't think so.
They say till death. So that means we die. We broken up now.
Yeah, we was.
Get away
bitch,
from me.
bye.
Right.
Finally, I made it to death.
I made it to death.
Shit, it's over. I kept my word, God.
Yeah, you're not going to be with your same woman no more.
So now, hold on. So now, they do say till death do us part, stay married. Now, if I stay married and then we die, am I automatically an angel?
Yes.
You got to be.
Because I made it through with
Yeah.
the fraud? You know what I'm saying? Because there's floor heaven and there's wings heaven.
There's level of heavens.
No, there
Right,
is
there's-
levels
yeah,
of heaven.
yeah.
Depending on
How good you was.
exactly on what you do in life.
Right.
So does that put you at the top? Because marriage and divorce is so high.
But would it matter as long as you made it?
If you fuck white bitches, you go to seventh heaven.
Oh.
Yeah. unless you touching them boys.
Oh.
Hey, then you go to Boy Scout heaven.
That's
Boy,
that's where the
A
dad.
pedophile heaven is different than every other heaven.
That's where the dad from
think
seventh
they
heaven
need
is
the
at.
hell.
then.
There's no babysitters in pedophile heaven.
Damn. I
No kindergarten teachers.
Is there a hell? Is there a hell? Is that a real thing?
I think hell is earth.
That's what I think so also.
Can't tell somebody. You can't.
Look
tell.
what we just read.
Right.
He drove 700 miles for Phillips
Right.
with this gas prices
Right.
to shoot.
Yes.
That would have been done right there.
Who gave him gas money? The devil. That's what somebody out there saying. The devil gave him gas money.
If I had to fill up that many times in California, I'm like, I quit. I'm
Would
not
you
doing
take
it.
gas money from the devil?
I can't.
How far am I gotta go?
Utah.
I'm a walk.
I'm not going.
You realize this motherfucker gave me enough gas money to get there.
Right.
So I ain't gonna make it back, nigga.
Right, so
That's
what's up with
exactly what that means.
Oh, so you know I ain't coming
This
back.
is $78, motherfucker. It
Right.
take.
$78.
Would you move into that house?
No.
After they fix it up?
No. It depends on what they were selling it for.
Damn.
If a crime has been committed in the house, it should be a discount off top.
For sure.
A super discount.
But they have to disclose that to you.
Yeah.
Right. There needs to be a Ross for damaged house. You know what I mean?
Ross.
A house dressed for less.
You know what's so funny? I just said this last night.
That's funny.
Ross is okay to shop at until you say the whole name.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're like, where you get that jacket from? Ross? You're like, I like it. But if you said I got it from Ross Dress for Less, you're like, it don't even look as good no more.
Yeah, man. I just don't know how I feel about this story. I had some dope stuff pulled up for you, but my freaking thing died. It was a list of brothers that have killed people together that are famous. Menendez brothers were definitely on the list.
But they killed their
Maybe you
own
can pull that up,
parents.
Sarah.
All right, let's
They killed their own parents, though.
Yeah, but see, the story behind that is that their father was raping them.
Right. That's the story.
That's the story they came up with. Do I believe it? I don't know.
Well, they're trying to get a new trial. They have some new information that they're saying wasn't, I guess, allowed in the case, and their dad was putting them that thing in their butt, type of stuff. So they're trying to get off still.
Is that right?
Yup. I saw it the other day.
Man.
Them boys, they own it, but they killed him though.
Yeah.
So why'd the mama got to go then?
So did OJ do it?
Nah.
Because I don't think he did.
Nah.
Personally, that's just my opinion.
We got Cain and Abel, the mafia. I mean, don't go to images.
I know it actually.
The Carr brothers.
What did the Carr brothers do?
Wichita, Kansas brothers. Reginald, that's a funny name always. Jonathan went on a 6-day crime killing spree that terrorized the community, and later to lead criticism of their media's alleged double standards when covering race-related murders. So what color was they? Wow. So when the brothers robbed at 23, baseball coach, I don't see a picture of them either. I'm trying to find if they showed a picture because they said something about it says and the later led the criticism of the media's alleged double standards when covering race-related murders.
Wow.
Which would lead me to believe these brothers ain't white.
Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of this. I had the whole thing put up and my thing died. But check this out, man. When we get back, more Craig Facts. God.
They killed a brother. There's a whole thing going on about would you do that to your brother? Now, I don't like my brother. That's clear and that's noticed, and we all know. But could I kill my brother? See, I think about that one for a second. But probably not. But I will say, the way my brother gonna live, me not being killed, is to have my mama there. Because my mama's gonna be that man's shield. I will never kill my brother in front of my mom. No matter what he's done to me, my mother cannot get in the way of our beef. So I don't let that one rock.
It's all just to kill somebody. I don't have that type of focus. I don't have that type of anger. I don't have that type of gas money. Gas is $5 in California. It's going to take 2 Phillips to get out of California because of the traffic. Traffic, I wouldn't drive from Pasadena to Moreno Valley to slap somebody for free because it's going to take me too long to get there. This man was on a mission. He carried it out, and then he was killed by the police.
That don't mean that nigga ain't shit. I mean, that don't mean that he ain't. That don't mean he ain't shit or cannot not be shit. Or what I'm saying is, just because it's your brother don't mean it's your brother. So when you're a blood brother, no matter how you feel about the person that happens to be your brother, you are still brothers. When it's just a friend that you consider a brother, oh man, you fucking man, this nigga been flirting with my wife, man. This nigga stole $22 from me.
$22.
3 times in the last 31 years. I needed a ride 28 years ago. He wouldn't let me. He didn't want to give me a ride. Fuck that nigga. Like when it's petty stuff that's done by a friend that you consider a brother, you could just walk away. But when it's your brother, you got to kill him. If your brother crosses you, you got to kill him because he knows what you're like. He knows what not to do. When somebody who knows you disrespects you, that's a different level. I think.
I think.
Hey, What else we got?
Is it?
Hey, man. SOS, stand up on the spot. This is where we just freestyle about topics. God, God, God.